Chapter 137. No, I still have things to do. When you return to the profound sect with Karger, go and find your senior sisters and brothers. They know what to do. When the time comes, you just have to follow them. Lin Rei smiled helplessly. Originally, Lin Rei wanted to bring Cullen along, but when he thought of his promise to Ecliptic Sage, Lin Rei changed his original plan. Oh, hearing Lin Rei's words, Cullen showed a disappointed expression, but he still agreed to Lin Rei's arrangement. Hee, don't be unhappy. When you reach the sect, there will be a group of people who will play with you. Moreover, when the time comes, your senior sister will teach you 2 different martial techniques and footwork. When the time comes, when you have mastered them, I will go back to see you. On the way, I will bring you some delicious food and fun things. What do you think? Okay. Then master, don't go back on your words. Once I've mastered the martial skill that senior sister taught me, will you come back and bring me something? When Cullen heard Lin Rei's words, his unhappy expression instantly changed. When Lin Rei saw this scene, he was happy and a smile appeared on his face. Okay, let's not talk about this now. The enemy is still outside, so it's not time to mess around. In a while, you will follow your mother and don't go anywhere. Then, gather all the elves. When everything is calm, I will have people bring you to Royal Pill City. Lin Rei didn't say anything else and directly walked out of the door. On the way, Lin Rei's heart was filled with mixed feelings. He didn't want to see Red Lotus, but there was a need for more powerful cultivators outside. Therefore, even if he didn't want to, for the sake of the elven race, Lin Rei could only abandon the meeting and ask Red Lotus for help. Soon, Lin Rei arrived in front of the cave. When he was in the distance, Lin Rei saw Red Lotus standing at the entrance. She was wearing a red robe and her hair was draped over her shoulders. Her eyes were hazy as she looked at the sky, as if she was thinking about something. Who? Suddenly, Red Lotus, who was looking up at the sky, sensed someone approaching. In an instant, she released her killing intent and pressure. With a boom, Lin Rei, who was originally walking, wanted to release his cultivation to block Hong Lian's pressure. However, Lin Rei did not expect Hong Lian's cultivation to be so strong. Her killing intent and pressure instantly shattered Lin Rei's defense, directly freezing him in place. With a "pu" sound, Linli spat out a mouthful of blood. In an instant, Linli, who had just recovered a little, felt the pressure of the Red Lotus pressing down on his body. Linli's aura began to wither. Don't be agitated, it's me. Lin Rei knew that this was a cultivator's vigilance. Lin Rei did not blame her. In order to avoid unnecessary misunderstandings, Lin Rei hurriedly saw her. Don't you know that you can easily die if you approach so quietly? If I hadn't only used a little of my strength, I'm afraid you would have died long ago. Seeing that the person who came was Lin Rei, Hong Lian said to Lin Rei. However, Hong Lian was now full of dignity. Her eyes carried a trace of disdain and contempt. Coupled with her condescending attitude, Lin Rei's last bit of hope was instantly extinguished. From then on, he no longer had any thoughts about Hong Lian. I know. However, I didn't come here to disturb you. I only came here because I want to make a deal with you. Listen to me first. If what I say is unable to move your heart, then pretend that I didn't say anything. Oh. Hearing Lin Rei's words, Hong Lian directly took back the pressure and murderous aura she released, and asked Lin Rei, let's hear it. I want to see what you have to make a deal with me. I know that your current cultivation has surpassed the Desheng stage, but I don't feel that your cultivation method is very good. It is easy to make you lack in attack power. If you are willing to help me, then I will give you this cultivation method. Lin Rei knew before that since Hong Lian had recovered her previous memories, she had also forgotten the cultivation method that was given to Hong Lian before. Therefore, Lin Rui was sure that Hong Lian's cultivation method was not particularly good at this time. It was not even comparable to the cultivation method of the lowest disciple of the Xuanzong sect. Therefore, Lin Rui was so confident to make a deal with Hong Lian. Cultivation method. My cultivation method is a heaven-level cultivation method. It can be said that even the cultivation method of anyone in the Tianxian continent can't be compared with my cultivation method. I really don't understand where you get the confidence to make a deal with me. After hearing that Lin Rui was going to use cultivation methods to trade, she laughed instantly. Her face was full of ridicule as she looked at Lin Rui and said, heaven-level cultivation method? Take a look at this cultivation method first. If you don't think it is good, then I have nothing to say. Having said that, Lin Rui took out a cultivation method from the system. He directly used his spiritual power to form a palm and drag the cultivation method to Hong Lian. What good cultivation method can you have? Hong Lian said and picked up the cultivation method in front of her. When she reached the first page, her eyes could no longer move away. Even her originally cold face showed an excited expression as she muttered to herself. Water-moon transmutation technique, intermediate emperor-level cultivation method. It can be cultivated to the immortal venerable realm. The most suitable physique for it is the ice-skin jade bone physique. However, all cultivators with water attribute spiritual roots can cultivate it. This cultivation method has twice the attack power of ordinary cultivation methods. If it is cultivated to the Desheng stage, it can crush the core of a star with a palm and crack the earth with a stomp of its feet. These words completely attracted Red Lotus' attention. However, what was even more shocking was that this child who looked to be in his teens actually had such a powerful cultivation method. At this moment, Red Lotus began to treat this child seriously. How is it? I don't know if you like this cultivation technique. If you don't like it, then just take it that I've just arrived. As he spoke, a palm formed from spirit chi had already arrived in front of Red Lotus and grabbed the cultivation technique book of Water Moon Thought. Hey, don't. I agree to this deal. Tell me. What do you want me to do? You can give this cultivation method to me. While she was hesitantly looking at the cultivation method in her hand, a hand formed from spiritual energy suddenly took the book away. Immediately, Hong Lian hurriedly agreed to Lin Rui's request. Sure, but this is only for the Desheng stage. When I finish my business in Tianxian continent and leave, I will give you the rest of the cultivation method. Seeing that Hong Lian had agreed to his request, Lin Rui smiled and didn't say too much. After all, this matter was completely under Lin Rui's control. It's nothing much. Lin Rui said to Hong Lian casually, there is a group of flies at the entrance of the Black Forest. One of them is a Desheng stage cultivator. So, when we get out, we will deal with him. As for the others, you can deal with them if you want. If you don't want to, then leave them alive. I will kill them. Hearing Lin Li's words, Red Lotus immediately sent out her divine sense. As an earth immortal, Red Lotus' divine sense was naturally incomparably powerful. Instantly, Red Lotus' divine sense charged out of the Black Forest. Everyone, everything, and even the spiritual energy of the world appeared in Red Lotus' mind. Of course, this included Xiaofan and the others. As expected, there are quite a few people. I really don't know how you managed to survive until now. To think that you would be chased by a Desheng stage cultivator. A few Desheng stage cultivators. I have to admire your courage. They can't be considered my enemies. They are just some greedy bastards. Lin Rui didn't deny that Hong Lian was talking about Xiaofan and the others. Instead, he directly described them as bastards. Alright, I don't care if they are enemies or bastards. As long as I kill them, you have to give me the cultivation method from before. However, you don't have to go out because they have already broken the formation at the entrance of the Black Forest. Bang! Just as Hong Lian finished speaking, a loud sound came from the direction of the entrance, echoing throughout the Black Forest. So fast? Seeing this scene, his expression changed greatly. He originally thought that it would take some time for the elves to prepare, but now, alright, I'll give you the cultivation method. Hurry and guard them at the entrance. Don't let them in. There are many children and old people inside. Lin Rei panicked and hurriedly threw the cultivation method in his hand to Hong Lian. Then, he turned and walked towards the elves' residence. Heh, this little guy really has a lot of secrets. I didn't expect the elves to acknowledge him. What an incredible little guy. After seeing Lin Rei disappear, Hong Lian looked at the cultivation method in her hand. Her eyes were filled with killing intent as she looked at the entrance. Then, her body began to fade and finally disappeared. As for Linley, after leaving the back mountain, he quickly arrived at Cullen's place. All of the elves were gathered there. Their faces were filled with fear and panic, but not a single one of them was screaming in fear. Master, you're finally here. When Cullen saw Lin Rei's figure, he immediately threw himself into Lin Rei's embrace. His originally trembling body calmed down the moment he entered Lin Rei's embrace. Heh, it's fine. It'll be over soon. Seeing Cullen's appearance, Lin Rei patted his head in heartache. Then, he went to the elves and loudly said, "Don't worry, it'll be over soon. Don't worry, it will be very, very soon. Quickly pack up your things and prepare to leave this place today. Karger will bring you to a better place. Remember, other than this place, don't go anywhere else, especially the entrance to the Black Forest. After everything is settled, I will come back to get you." After saying that, Lin Rei handed Cullen to Cargill and turned to fly towards the entrance of the Black Forest. Chapter 138. Meanwhile, at the entrance of the Black Forest, Xiao Pan's excitement turned into fear. Just as Xiao Pan was happily reporting to his subordinates that the formation around the perimeter of the Black Forest had been broken, a woman suddenly appeared out of nowhere in the skies. She didn't have the slightest bit of cultivation on her, and she was devastatingly beautiful. This was Red Lotus, who had promised Linley. "Get lost, you are not welcome here. If you don't leave, don't blame the Emperor for being rude." While Xiao Pan and the others were still in a daze, a powerful oppressive aura swept over, pressing down on them. Even Xiao Pan had no place to stand and was forced to kneel on the ground. "You!" Kneeling on the ground, Xiao Pan glared fiercely at the Red Lotus in the air. He gritted his teeth and said no more. Cold sweat dripped down Xiao Pan's face. What was even more frightening was that the cyan scripture on his head had burst out, making him look incomparably ferocious. "Humph, don't speak for the Emperor. You are not worthy. The Emperor only has one request, and that is to get lost from the Emperor. Don't you dare cause trouble for Lin Rei. If the Emperor finds out, it won't be so simple." Looking at Xiao Pan kneeling on the ground, Hong Lian revealed a look of disdain as she looked down at Xiao Pan condescendingly. Ha! Ha! Ha ha ha! Just as Red Lotus finished speaking, Xiao Pan, who was kneeling on the ground, looked up and laughed. What are you laughing at?" Seeing Xiao Pan raise his head to the sky and laugh, Hong Lian was puzzled. I'm laughing at you. I'm laughing at your naivety. Don't think that you can suppress me just because you are an Earth immortal. You are too naive." With that, the kneeling Xiao Pan slowly stood up. What was even more incredible was that his cultivation, which had originally been at the peak of the Mahayana stage, was slowly rising. Red Lotus was shocked to see this. What is going on? She watched as Xiao Pan's aura rose from pinnacle Mahayana realm to lower Earth immortal realm, middle Earth immortal realm, and upper Earth immortal realm. At this point, his aura finally stopped. At the same time, Red Lotus also prepared for battle. Ha ha ha, this feels so good. Xiaofan, who was at the upper stage of the Earth Immortal Realm, stood up and looked at the Red Lotus in the sky with hatred. You, who exactly are you? Why do you have such a cultivation level? It was impossible to see a peak Mahayana stage cultivator reach the upper Earth Immortal stage in an instant unless that person had a very powerful secret art or used some forbidden treasure. Humph, you don't have to care who I am, and you don't have the right to care. What I want to know now is why you are here, and according to what I know, there is no one in the profound sky continent who can break through to the Dan Earth Immortal Realm. Your appearance makes me very puzzled, and even more surprised. Hearing Xiaofan's words, Red Lotus's face darkened. She immediately released her cultivation. Suddenly, the clouds in the sky changed, and the ground was filled with sand and pebbles. The atmosphere was so tense that it was frightening. Humph, you don't have to care who the Emperor is. Emperor said the same thing, get out of here. The Emperor has taken care of this place. If you know what's good for you, get out of here. You. Humph, you won't give up until all hope is gone. Since that's the case, let's fight. Seeing that Red Lotus was still speaking so impudently, Xiaofan's anger was instantly ignited. A sword suddenly appeared in his hand, and he rushed towards Red Lotus with his upper Earth Immortal Realm cultivation. Red Lotus, on the other hand, was poor. She had nothing, not to mention any magic weapons or equipment. Seeing Xiaofan rushing towards her with a magic weapon, she panicked. Humph, an Earth Immortal without any magic weapon dares to act so arrogantly in front of me. You really don't know what's good for you. Watch my blazing sky. In an instant, a large amount of flames flew out from Xiaofan's sword, turning into a flaming sword shadow that slashed towards Red Lotus. Black Frost Palm. Feeling the power of the sword shadow, Red Lotus did not fight back recklessly. Instead, she used her own martial skill to block it. However, she did not block it for long before she was pierced by the sword shadow. Although the sword shadow was blocked by the black ice palm and its power was reduced slightly, it was still very powerful. Seeing that the sword shadow was about to reach her, Red Lotus immediately dodged and narrowly avoided it. Huff! That was close. I almost got hit. At this moment, Red Lotus recalled the sword shadow and felt a lingering fear in her heart. Cold sweat flowed down her face uncontrollably. Humph, weren't you very powerful just now? Why, you're not boasting anymore. Standing in the air, Xiaofan sneered at Red Lotus, who was still in a state of lingering fear. Since that's the case, let's end this. After saying that, Xiaofan raised the 3-foot-long frosty ray and rushed toward Hong Lian again. This time, Hong Lian could clearly sense the killing intent coming from Xiaofan. Could it be that I'm really going to die here this time? Seeing Xiaofan charging over, Red Lotus was not afraid. She only felt regret. Huh, that's it? Just as Red Lotus closed her eyes and prepared to accept death, a mocking laugh came from not far away. Not long after, Lin Ray appeared in front of Red Lotus. You. Why are you here? Can't you see that even Emperor Huang isn't a match for him? Hurry up and scram. Seeing that the person who had come was Lin Ray, who was only in the lower stages of his tribulation, Red Lotus was speechless. Catch. Hearing Red Lotus' words, although on the surface she seemed to be cursing at Linley, in reality, she was protecting him. Linley laughed, and his heart felt warm. He pulled out a face, then tossed it towards Red Lotus. I'm not giving this sword to you. I'm only lending it to you temporarily. Once you're done with it, you have to return it to me. Hearing Lin Ray's words, Red Lotus unconsciously reached out to catch it. A sword appeared in her hand. What? What? What grade is this? She looked at the sword in her hand. It was completely purple and did not have a blade. The two words myriad laws were engraved on the sword's hilt. The words were ancient and carried a trace of pressure. What was even more unbelievable was that she did not recognize the words. Don't worry about the grade. Can't you see that Xiaofan is almost in front of you? What are you still hesitating for? At this moment, Lin Rei did not have the time to waste words with Red Lotus. He was afraid that Red Lotus would be injured. Seeing Xiaofan's attack, Lin Rei hurriedly reminded her. Oh. Oh oh. Hearing Lin Rei's reminder, Red Lotus did not waste words. She directly collided with Xiaofan's 3-foot-long cold light. With a bang, Red Lotus, who now had a magic tool, was no longer someone who only knew how to dodge. After Red Lotus and Xiaofan's weapons collided, a figure was sent flying. Humph, do you still think that Emperor is a braggart? The one who was sent flying wasn't Red Lotus as Elder Xiong had imagined. Instead, it was their sect master, Xiaofan. Seeing this scene, everyone from the Kunlun sect was dumbfounded. They had never imagined that Xiaofan, who was at the upper stage of the earthly immortal realm, would be defeated so easily. You. How can you? How can the face in your hand not stop? At this moment, Xiaofan, who was lying on the ground 100 meters away, got up. He was not surprised by Red Lotus's strength, but by the sword in Red Lotus's hand. What's wrong? Isn't my sword beautiful? But I still feel that your sword is more special. Hearing Xiaofan's baffling words, Red Lotus directly scolded back. She even revealed a mischievous smile. This time, Xiaofan almost vomited blood. Impossible. That sword of yours can't possibly last forever. Impossible. Xiaofan didn't bother arguing with Red Lotus, but he kept on asking questions like why. In the end, he shouted out loud, his eyes filled with disbelief. Seeing this, Red Lotus was momentarily confused. What are you talking about? What do you mean by not stopping? Are you going to fight or not? If not, take your people and scram. Red Lotus really did not understand why Xiaofan kept on staring at the sword that Lin Rei gave her. Humph, you want me to scram? I'm afraid you're not qualified. Suddenly, Xiaofan seemed to have gained some fighting spirit. He rushed over, not caring that he was not staring at Red Lotus, but the sword in Red Lotus's hand. Humph, since you're courting death, don't blame me. When Red Lotus saw Xiaofan rushing over, she became serious and released all of her cultivation base. Suddenly, the two of them began to fight. For a moment, the two of them were inextricably entangled. Linley, who had been standing at the back, did not stay idle either. Linley moved and the martial Emperor Divine Spear appeared in his hand. Cold light flashed from the tip of the spear, causing people to have goosebumps all over their bodies. Especially when they saw Linley's emotionless eyes, it was even more terrifying. Kill. As soon as he shouted the word, he rushed towards the remaining Kunlun sect disciples. Elder Xiong of the Kunlun sect did not seem to care at all. He did not make a move at all. His eyes were fixed on Xiaofan who was fighting Red Lotus. Ah! Screams came from the back. Wherever the martial Emperor Divine Spear in Lin Rei's hand passed, there would be rivers of blood. Moreover, everyone died horribly. Humph, since you don't care about the lives of these disciples, don't blame me for starting a massacre. Seeing that Elder Xiong was indifferent, Lin Rei continued to kill with the martial Emperor Divine Spear. Slowly, Lin Rei got used to this kind of killing. His speed began to increase. In the end, as long as they had not reached the great vehicle stage, they would be killed by Lin Rei in one move. Time passed quickly. 40 to 50 disciples were killed by Lin Rei without any chance to retaliate. Chapter 139. To Lin Rei, this was only a matter of time. However, to the Kunlun sect, this was a solid foundation. These 40 to 50 people were the elites of the Kunlun sect. But now, they were all killed by Lin Rei. As an elder of the Kunlun sect, Elder Xiong was still immersed in the battle between Hong Lian and Xiaofan. He had no idea what Lin Rei was doing. "Hey, I've already killed all your Kunlun sect members. Are you still in the mood to watch?" At this time, Lin Rei had already killed all the disciples of the Kunlun sect. However, when he saw Elder Xiong, Lin Rei revealed a mocking smile and mocked him. A voice pulled Elder Xiong back to reality from the battle between Hong Lian and Xiaofan. Turning his head, he saw that it was no longer the black forest filled with disciples. Instead, it was a mountain of corpses and a sea of blood. A young man with a spear in his hand was now at the top of the mountain of corpses. Blood was still dripping from his body. He looked like an ancient war corpse that had just climbed up. What? How is this possible? A cultivator in the lower stage of the tribulation stage has a place to rest? Kunlun sect had 40 to 50 cultivators above the combination stage. When Elder Xiong saw that all the disciples of his sect had been killed, his heart was bleeding. These disciples were all painstakingly trained by him. Now, they were all gone. For a moment, Elder Xiong couldn't control his emotions. His eyes were filled with killing intent as he stared at Lin Rei. The cold light in his hand flickered with a chilling light. News. You actually dared to kill so many of my disciples. I swear that I'll make you stupid to appease their souls in heaven. Elder Xiong's face was filled with rage as he rushed towards Lin Rei with the cold light in his hand. Die, you ant! Ha ha ha! As he watched Elder Xiong charge towards him, the blood in Lin Li's body began to boil. The desire to do battle in his body exploded forth uncontrollably. His eyes were filled with fervor as he watched Elder Xiong charge over. Ha ha ha, ant? It's too early to say that. It's still not certain who will win in the end. In an instant, the two weapons collided, causing sparks to fly everywhere. The shockwaves from the collision between Lin Rei and Elder Xiong shattered everything within a 1-mile radius. Clank! 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 The sound of weapons clashing echoed throughout the forest. What shocked Elder Xiong the most was that this cultivator who was only at the lower stage of transcending tribulation was actually able to fight evenly against him, a cultivator who had reached a higher realm. He couldn't help but be shocked at this point. Perhaps it could be said that he was astonished. Kid, I didn't expect you to have some skills. But you won't be so lucky next time. Threads of spring waning. As he spoke, Elder Xiong used his famous supreme technique, the waning spring swordplay. Instantly, a cold light transformed into over 100 long swords, all of which charged towards Lin Li. Kid, if you can take this move, then I have nothing to say. Elder Xiong looked at the martial technique he used and said to Lin Rei confidently. His eyes were filled with disdain. All right. Since you only have this much strength, then I won't be polite. Seeing more than 100 illusory artifacts formed by spiritual energy rushing towards him, Lin Rei didn't hesitate and directly used his disciple's martial technique, solitary thunder spear art. Ha! Thunder, draw, burn. In an instant, Lin Rei used his fastest reaction to use his strongest offensive martial technique. Suddenly, the sky was filled with dark clouds. A bolt of lightning struck down and landed on Lin Rei's invincible divine spear. Kunlun Sect's beast, my personality is that if people don't offend me, then I'll let them off. But if they want to offend me, then I'll repay them 100 times over. As he spoke, Lin Li unleashed the lightning stored within the invincible divine spear in his hands. A thunderous boom rang out, and a dragon of lightning shot forth, instantly clashing with Elder Xiong's attack. However, miraculously, a martial skill unleashed by a low-tribulation cultivator like Linley was able to shatter a martial skill unleashed by a Grand Ascension stage being. Even more inconceivable was that after Linley's lightning dragon destroyed Elder Xiong's attack, its aura didn't diminish in the slightest as it continued to charge toward Elder Xiong. What? Elder Xiong was shocked. He never thought that a cultivator in the lower stage of the tribulation stage would be able to use such a powerful martial technique. Not good. Seeing the lightning dragon charging over, Elder Xiong hurriedly used his long sword to block in front of Zhongshan in an attempt to block the dragon. Bang! A loud sound was heard. When the dragon's shadow and the long sword collided, Elder Xiong's body flew out. In an instant, he flew to the ground 100 meters away. Elder Xiong smashed a big hole in the ground. Oh, this is the power of a Mahayana realm cultivator? Seeing Elder Xiong fly out, Lin Rei's face showed disdain and said to Elder Xiong, who was 100 meters away. You, Elder Xiong, who was lying in the hole, stood up and looked at Lin Rei, who was standing in the air. For a moment, he was so angry that he spat out a mouthful of blood. He glared at Lin Rei angrily and swallowed back the words that were about to come out of his mouth. At this time, Elder Xiong was extremely regretful. He didn't expect such a child to be so powerful. What was even more unexpected was that he would be defeated so easily. An elder of the Kunlun sect? What a disappointment. I thought I could have a big battle, but I didn't expect to be so disappointed. Originally, he thought that he would be able to fight to his heart's content today, but now that his fighting spirit had dissipated, his face revealed a look of disappointment. You. Boy, I am the Grand Elder of the Kunlun sect. Aren't you afraid of the Kunlun sect's revenge? These words instantly caused Linley, who was in midair, to laugh. The previously arrogant Elder Xiong had now become a coward. Ha, you're really something. I even offended your sect master, Xiaofan. Do you think I'm someone who is afraid of your Kunlun sect? Besides, I can destroy your Kunlun sect in a matter of minutes. Your Kunlun sect only has Xiaofan, who is at the peak of the Mahayana realm. After saying that, Lin Rei's gaze moved to the other side, where Red Lotus and Xiaofan were fighting fiercely. Look at them, that's called a battle. Look at yourself, how can you be so useless? Can't you at least let me have some fun? When Linley saw Red Lotus, he pointed at Elder Xiong's nose and spoke. His expression was that of a senior lecturing a junior. This scene made Elder Xiong, who was standing on the ground, unable to suppress the anger in his heart. However, he was afraid that he wouldn't be able to defeat Linley, so he stood there without moving. Let's end this. Seeing Xiaopan's action, Lin Rei did not waste any more words. He immediately rushed forward with the Martial Emperor Divine Spear in his hand. His speed was extraordinary. In an instant, Lin Rei was beside the injured Elder Xiong and performed a spear art similar to the one he performed before. Ding! Elder Xiong put down the spear in a panic. However, Lin Rei's speed became faster and faster. Gradually, Elder Xiong could no longer keep up with Lin Rei's rhythm. In the end, there were no less than 100 wounds on Elder Xiong's body. Die! Saying that, Lin Rei's eyes flashed coldly. He stabbed the Martial Emperor Divine Spear at Elder Xiong. Don't, as long as you don't kill me, I can give you anything, as long as, hearing Elder Xiong's pleas for mercy, Lin Rei did not listen at all and directly interrupted him. I don't need it. You should keep it for yourself in the netherworld. Poof! Lin Rei's spear directly pierced Elder Xiong's dantian. In an instant, not only his dantian, but even his nascent soul was destroyed by Lin Rei's spear. Ding dong, congratulations to the host for successfully challenging someone of a higher level. In order to encourage the host to continue working hard, the system will reward the host with a gift pack. I didn't expect to get a gift pack in exchange for killing a Mahayana realm cultivator. This battle was worth it. Looking at the gift pack in his inventory, Lin Rei did not remember to open it. Instead, he pulled the Martial Emperor Divine Spear out of Elder Xiong's body and looked at the sky, at Red Lotus, who was fighting Xiaofan. Red Lotus, end this quickly. Don't waste any more time. If you can kill him, kill him. If you can't, just cripple him. Seeing Red Lotus engaged in battle in the skies, Linley began to grow frantic. He was afraid that Red Lotus had just awakened and wasn't able to fully control her own power. Even more frightening was the fact that Xiaofan, as the Grandmaster of the Kunlun Sect, would definitely have a chance to survive. Humph, the Emperor said that there's always a second time. However, this is the third time you've called the Emperor's name. Since you asked the Emperor to use a sword, the Emperor will not hold it against you. However, I can't guarantee that the next time the Emperor will do something crazy. Red Lotus, who was in the middle of battle, heard Lin Rei's shout. Red Lotus, who was originally excited, glared at Lin Rei with murderous intent. Red Lotus did not know that because of this sentence, Lin Rei no longer cared about her. Die. Although Red Lotus said this to Lin Rei's words were not without reason. Xiaofan, who was originally at a disadvantage, instantly changed his expression when he heard Lin Rei's words. He hurriedly begged Red Lotus. Fellow Daoist, the two of us have no enmity between us. Don't you think it's a bit unworthy for you to do this for someone you don't want to do? If you can give me some face today, then in the future, I'll obey all of your orders at home. Humph, I've never made deals with animals. Looking at Zhao Pan's shameless face, Hong Lian refused without even thinking about it. She began to attack like crazy. In the end, when Zhao Pan finally couldn't hold on any longer, he took out something that looked like a shield from his storage ring. Humph, since that's the case, the mountains will not change and the rivers will continue to flow. I will remember today's grudge. In the future, I will definitely take revenge. Yin Yang Shield Technique, Extreme Yang. Zhao Pan muttered a few words to himself before his body turned into a ray of light and flew off into the distance, disappearing without a trace. Chapter 140. Just you wait. When this old man sees all of you again, I'll make sure you die without a burial ground. Zhao Pan's final words were shouted out by the fleeing Zhao Pan. Instantly, Zhao Pan's words reverberated in the air. "Huh, you're already in this state, yet you still dare to boast so shamelessly. I really feel ashamed for your master." Seeing this, a mocking look appeared in Linley's eyes as he stared at the fleeing Zhao Pan. At this moment, Lin Rei's anxious heart finally relaxed. His tense body also relaxed, and he no longer felt as anxious as before. Whoosh! At this moment, Hong Lian, who was now in the sky, directly arrived in front of Lin Rei. She revealed an expression that warned others not to come near her, and the cold light in her eyes grew even more intense. "Brat, I won't bicker with you about what happened just now. However, if something like this happens again, don't blame me." Hong Lian, who had landed on the ground, looked at Lin Rei. Thinking back to what she had said before, she couldn't help but warn Lin Rei in a moment of anger. "Huh, you're thinking too much. From the moment you woke up, I knew that the Hong Lian who worried about me in the past was no longer here. The current you is just a person I don't know, but I've hired. I don't want you to die so quickly. If you die, I'll also suffer." Looking at the insufferably arrogant Hong Lian before him, Lin Rei felt an incomparable pressure in his heart. This was especially so when he saw the arrogant look in her eyes. Lin Rei repeatedly wondered if the current Hong Lian was the same Hong Lian as before. "Humph, that's for the best. If you continue to pester me, I won't be so merciful." Hearing Lin Rei's words, Hong Lian glared at Lin Rei before turning around and walking away. However, at this moment, she was stopped by Lin Rei. Hey, I said before, don't pester me in the future. Did you forget so quickly? Red Lotus, who had turned around, looked at Linley with a displeased look, her eyes filled with killing intent. Hee, I think you've made a mistake. The reason why I stopped you is not to pester you, but to ask if you've given me back my face. I think a dignified earthly celestial expert like you wouldn't be greedy for my magic treasure, would you? Looking at Hong Lian, Lin Rei didn't give her any face and pointed out the problem. In an instant, Hong Lian's face turned red, and she looked at Lin Rei with resentment. Isn't it just a sword? Is it that precious? No matter what, I was the one who saved you. You can't even bear to give me a broken sword. Swoosh. After Red Lotus finished speaking, she tossed the Violet Jade 10,000 spells sword to Linley. You're saying that my Dharma artifact that can cut an immortal artifact in half is a broken sword? Then I really have to ask for your guidance. What is the level of the magic tool that can enter your eyes? Divine tool? Chaotic? Or perhaps Hongmeng? When he heard Red Lotus say, lousy sword, Linley revealed his clothes and laughed at Red Lotus. What? Hongmeng? Chaotic? Divine weapon? What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about, but you're saying that this magic sword can cut through an immortal weapon? Red Lotus's face was filled with shock. She had never thought that a cultivator in the lower stage of the tribulation stage could possess such a high-level magic weapon. What was even more unexpected was that the magic sword in her hand could cut through an immortal weapon. Red Lotus found this inconceivable. It's useless to say more now. Since the magic sword is already in my hands, you should hurry up and leave. In this life, other than picking you up, we'll never see each other again. Lin Rei's heart clenched as he said this, but his face remained calm. He turned around and flew toward the elf tribe's encampment. In this life? We won't see each other again in this life? Watching as Linley disappeared into the distance, Red Lotus stared in the direction Linley had disappeared in with great reluctance. She seemed to have lost her soul, as though she had lost someone very important to her. She mumbled to herself. Sigh, forget it. No matter how I think about it, you and I are not from the same world. Since that's the case, there's no need to be nostalgic. With that, Hong Lian flew toward the Red Lotus Empire. She was so fast that no one noticed her. After Lin Rei separated from Hong Lian, he arrived at the elf tribe's encampment. When he saw that Cargill had packed up, Lin Rei nodded in satisfaction. Carger, as the current clan leader, I order you to bring the remaining members of the clan to the place I told you to. You must not delay on the way and must reach there as soon as possible. The appearance-changing pill that I refined previously is gone and can only be delayed by 10 days. You can split it as you see fit. Looking at the elves, Linley handed over the disguise pills that he had already concocted to Cargill, allowing him to distribute them as he pleased. Yes, clan leader. I, Cargill, swear on my life that I will bring the elf tribe to the encampment safely. With that, Carger swore an oath to the heavens. His tone was filled with determination. All right, bring the elf tribe and follow me. I will arrange a powerhouse for you. She is an elder of the Xuanzong Sect. She will bring you to the Royal Pill City in the western region safely. Yes. Upon hearing Lin Rei's words, Cargill hurriedly gathered all the elf tribe members and brought along some necessities before following Lin Rei to the Black Forest. Master, are you really not going to let me follow you? Cargill, who had been following Lin Rei, could not help but ask. I know my cultivation is not enough, but I can work hard to cultivate. AI. Kaluan, I know what you mean, but this time, the place we're going to is really not a place that someone of your level can go to. Master promises you that as long as you can reach the nascent soul stage, Master will definitely let you leave this place and go to a very, very fun planet. So this time, don't follow me. Looking at Cullen, Linley looked at Cullen with great reluctance as he made this promise to Cullen. Okay. Okay. Cargill clearly knew the result, but he still said it and returned in failure. Okay, don't be like this. I said that as long as you can reach the nascent soul stage, I will let you follow me, including training, okay? Cargill, who was originally unhappy, immediately became excited after hearing Lin Rei's words. At this moment, Cargill was full of fighting spirit because of Lin Rei's words. In the next year, Cargill cultivated with all his might. Even Cargill's mother, who was the closest to him, could not dissuade him. Okay, we're here. You guys wait here for a while, I'll go find someone. After speaking, he walked towards Xue Wushuang's hiding place. In the blink of an eye, Linley arrived at the place where Xue Wushuang was hiding. Looking at the cave in front of him, Lin Rei did not go in. Instead, he used his divine sense to speak to Xue Wushuang, who was cultivating inside. Xue Wushuang, hurry up and come out. I have something for you to do. Originally, Lin Rei wanted to go in directly to find Xue Wushuang, but when he used his divine sense to explore, he found that Xue Wushuang was cultivating, so he directly thought of going in. Young master. Xue Wushuang, who was cultivating, immediately opened her eyes when she heard the person's words. She immediately stopped cultivating and walked out of the cave where she was in seclusion. Young master. When Xue Wushuang saw Lin Rei, she directly knelt on the ground and bowed to Lin Rei. Hurry up and get up. Looking at your cultivation, you should be able to break through again soon. After sensing Xue Wushuang's cultivation, Lin Rei was pleasantly surprised. Looking at Xue Wushuang, Lin Rei showed a look of admiration. Yes, your subordinate has been working hard to cultivate in order to be able to help young master in the future and contribute to young master's meager strength. After saying that, Xue Wushuang stood up and stood behind Lin Rei with a smile on her face. Alright, I'm here today to ask you to protect a group of people so that they can safely reach the headquarters. At the same time, I'll let you go back. After reaching the headquarters, you can cultivate well and strive to break through your cultivation as soon as possible. Moreover, at the headquarters, you can have a better foundation for cultivation. Yes, young master. After hearing Lin Rei's words, Xue Wushuang agreed unconditionally. When she heard that there were better cultivation resources, Xue Wushuang's face revealed an excited smile. Let's go. After saying that, Lin Rei directly brought Xue Wushuang to the place where the elf tribe was. After explaining some important matters to them and giving them some spirit stones for the journey, he let Xue Wushuang lead Cargill and the elf tribe away. It's time to fulfill the last words of the ecliptic sage. After seeing the elf tribe and Cargill disappear from his sight, Lin Rei withdrew his gaze and took out the map that he bought. After finding the land of death that the ecliptic sage mentioned, Lin Rei was shocked. The land of death, a place with death, was a place that made everyone in the profound sky continent shudder. No one was willing to go near the land of death. What made Lin Rei even more surprised was that Taoist Hong Rui, who was mentioned by the ecliptic sage, was the ruler of the land of death. At the same time, he was also the leader of the demonic cultivators, and some of them were even at the middle stage of the Mahayana realm. Damn, this ecliptic sage's lover has such a powerful force? Then why did he die in the eastern continent? At this time, Lin Rei only saw the surface and did not see the back. At that time, when the ecliptic sage died, Taoist Hong Rui was only a small nascent soul realm cultivator. Moreover, the ecliptic sage was in Taoist Hong Rui's heart, so he walked into the land of death that no one dared to go. Finally, for some unknown reason, after Taoist Hong Rui entered the land of death, his cultivation increased crazily. In the last few years, his cultivation increased from the nascent Soul realm to the Mahayana realm. After that, anyone who went to the land of death would be killed by the sect that Taoist Hong Rui established. Since then, the land of death became the place where Taoist Hong Rui was stationed, and no one dared to go near it. Chapter 141. This is incredible. Upon seeing the land of death, Linley was surprised for a moment, then immediately set off towards the land of death. The land of death wasn't too far from the Black Forest. Based on Linley's current speed, he would be able to reach it in roughly 15 days. On the way to the land of death, Lin Rei suddenly remembered that he had not seen the little dragon for some time. He went into the system to check and found a message left by the little dragon. Only then did he know that the little dragon had entered a state of hibernation. He also knew that the reason the little dragon had entered a state of hibernation was all because of him. After knowing the reason for the little dragon's hibernation, Lin Rei made up his mind to increase his cultivation as soon as possible so that the little dragon could wake up as soon as possible. On the other hand, after leaving the Black Forest, Red Lotus came to the Red Lotus Empire according to her memory. When she saw that the Red Lotus Empire that she had founded back then was now a huge crocodile, she smiled with relief. I didn't expect that after my death, the younger generation did not decline the Hong clan. Not bad, After saying that, Red Lotus's body flashed and she came to the sky above the residence of the Emperor of the Red Lotus Empire. Looking at everything in front of her, Red Lotus felt an inexplicable sense of strangeness. All of you, members of the Red Lotus Empire's royal bloodline, gather in the ancestral hall within half an hour. If you do not show up, you will be severely punished according to the clan's rules. After sighing, Red Lotus shouted at the Red Lotus Imperial Palace under her feet with the spiritual power of an earthly immortal. Suddenly, the Imperial City was in an uproar. What's going on? Who is it that has such a cultivation? At this time, in the Imperial Palace of the Red Lotus Empire, Hong Yundao heard the shout and quickly sat up. His eyes were full of shock as he looked up at the ceiling. Hong Yundao was not the only one who reacted this way. All the members of the royal family in Red Lotus Empire put down the things in their hands and rushed towards the Hong clan's ancestral hall when they heard those words. It was not because of those words, but because of the pressure that came from those words. As for Hong Lian, she arrived at the Hong clan's ancestral hall in a flash after saying that. She walked in and smiled when she saw the soul lamp rising from the highest point of the hall. Sigh. God knows how many years have passed. Why are there so many extinguished soul lamps here? Looking at the many extinguished soul lamps on the high platform, Red Lotus Endless revealed a sorrowful expression. His heart was filled with sorrow. Father, back then, I didn't have that kind of strength. Now that I'm an earth immortal, I'll help you fulfill your unfulfilled wish. As for those who killed you back then, I'll make them pay a painful price, no matter who they are. Red Lotus exuded a terrifying murderous aura when she saw her father's soul lamp. If Lin Rei were here, he would be shocked. What could make Red Lotus have such a murderous aura? Even Lin Rei wouldn't be surprised. Just like that, he sat quietly in front of his soul lamp, waiting for his descendants to arrive. Time passed bit by bit. There was not much time left until the deadline of half an hour. However, not a single person from the Hong clan had arrived. Similarly, Hong Lian's anticipation turned into disappointment. Sigh, has the Hong clan really declined to such a state after my death? Bang! Just when Red Lotus was feeling disappointed, a figure broke through the door and rushed in. The old man was stunned when he saw Red Lotus standing in front of the soul lamp. Humph, no manners at all. Can't you see this is the ancestral hall? Red Lotus' disappointment grew when she saw the old man appear in such a manner. Well, who are you? Why are you in the ancestral hall of the Hong clan? The old man didn't come to his senses for a moment. He hurriedly shouted at Red Lotus with a ferocious expression and eyes full of disdain. Ha, ha ha ha. Good, good. I didn't expect the Hong clan to be so corrupted after my death. Since I'm back, all of you shall disappear. The Hong clan doesn't need vermin like you anymore. Red Lotus was very disappointed to see the old man like this. But when she thought of her father's wish, she could only choose to wipe out the vermin of the Hong clan and not hesitate to wipe out the Red Lotus Empire. Ha ha ha, who do you think you are? After your death, let me tell you, I'm the elder of the Gong Hong clan. Can you kill me? What are you going to do to me? You. Pfft, just when the old man was shouting at Red Lotus, his voice stopped abruptly. Red Lotus' hand was bleeding, and pain was spreading from his neck. Ah, the old man's eyes widened as he looked at the young and beautiful lady in front of him. His eyes were filled with disbelief. He clutched his neck tightly with both hands, but it was useless. Blood was flowing out slowly. The only outcome was that he would die from blood loss. Humph, someone like you is worthy of being an elder of the Hong clan? Since it's like this, I don't mind reshuffling the entire Hong clan. I want to let them know that with me, Hong Lian, in the Hong clan, there's simply no need for this kind of vermin, and even more so, there's no need for an arrogant and overbearing person to be an elder. After saying that, Red Lotus's hand was filled with spirit force and directly slapped the old man until nothing was left. In the end, only a pool of blood was left on the ground. It was proof that an old man had died here. Slowly, after Red Lotus killed the old man, many people came in one after another. Finally, the emperor of the Red Lotus Empire, Hong Yundao, who was wearing a dragon robe, walked in through the door. Humph, you're the emperor of this generation's Red Lotus Empire? Didn't you hear what I said? Half an hour doesn't mean that I'll let you all arrive in half an hour. Instead, I'm telling you all to come earlier. Yet, you all dilly-dallied. What if the experts of an enemy nation came to attack? You'd have been eliminated by them long ago. Before Hong Yundao could say anything, he was reprimanded by the unknown lady before him. In an instant, the emperor of the Red Lotus Empire lost all of his face. Due to the fact that he had sensed the cultivation of the lady before him, Hong Yundao did not flare up. However, he was still very unconvinced. This, senior, I'm truly sorry. In the future, I'll try my best to follow senior's instructions and come earlier. And you all, as the relatives of the Hong clan, you don't even have the slightest concept of time. I truly have no idea how the Red Lotus Empire managed to flourish in your hands. It was not only Hong Yundao. Even the relatives of the Hong clan and the old ancestor of the Hong clan that came with him were fiercely reprimanded by Red Lotus. In an instant, everyone present lost all of their face due to Hong Yundao's reprimand. Cough, I wonder who this fellow cultivator is? Why would you appear in the ancestral hall of my Red Lotus Empire? At this moment, the fourth emperor, Hong Tianling, walked out and asked Red Lotus with a puzzled expression. However, Red Lotus could see from Hong Tianling's eyes that he did not feel any disdain after being reprimanded by her. You're not bad. Looking at your age and your cultivation of the Mahayana realm, you must have been an emperor before. Hong Lian asked Hong Tianling with a look of admiration in her eyes when she saw Hong Tianling walking out to ask her a question. Yes, you're right, senior. I'm the old ancestor of the Red Lotus Empire, the fourth emperor since the establishment of the Red Lotus Empire. I'm ashamed that I did not fulfill old ancestors' wish in this aspect. I can only survive in a random place in the central mainland. Hearing Red Lotus's question, Hong Tianling showed an ashamed expression and said to Red Lotus. You're already not bad. After Red Lotus's death, you're able to let the Red Lotus Empire survive in this random place without being exterminated. This is already a blessing in disguise. At this moment, Red Lotus was very glad. glad that the Hong clan wasn't completely useless. She didn't expect that after her death, so many imperial lords had passed by. Thinking of this, Red Lotus felt that she had been dead for many years. Tell me, how many years have passed since Red Lotus's death? How has the Red Lotus Empire been? How many direct descendants of Red Lotus are still alive? Hong Tianling was stunned by this random question, and the people from the Hong clan were stunned as well. They never thought that the senior in front of them would ask such a question. Senior, it has been more than 100,000 years since old ancestor of the Red Lotus Empire passed away. As for direct descendants, they're long gone. When old ancestor of the Red Lotus Empire passed away, he did not leave behind any children. Therefore, only his younger brother was left behind. All of us are the descendants of old ancestor of the Red Lotus Empire. As for the Red Lotus Empire, as you can see, although it's not invincible in the central mainland, it's not easy to bully. What? 100,000 years? When Red Lotus heard Hong Tianling's words, she was shocked. His face immediately revealed a look of shock, and his eyes were filled with disbelief. 100,000 years? Why would I be resurrected after 100,000 years? Moreover, I was resurrected by a child. Could it be like what that person said? That I was resurrected by him? At this moment, the more Red Lotus thought about it, the more she felt that something was amiss. 100,000 years was too long. Even a Mahayana realm cultivator would have a lifespan of at most 10,000 years, let alone a dead person. It was impossible for his physical body to be preserved, let alone be resurrected after 100,000 years. Phew. Looks like I need to find him when the time comes. Red Lotus murmured to herself in a daze after hearing Hong Tianling's story. Meanwhile, Hong Tianling, who was standing next to her, heard everything clearly. She was scared out of her wits. Plop. Hong Tianling quickly got on her knees and kowtowed towards Red Lotus. Ancestor Red Lotus, is it really you? What? Hong Tianling's words shocked everyone present. No, it wasn't just shock, it was more accurate to say that they were scared out of their wits. Plop. Plop. Everyone regained their wits and kneeled on the ground. However, they were still very afraid, especially Hong Yundao. How can this be? How can this young lady be Ancestor Red Lotus who has lived for more than 100,000 years? At this moment, Hong Yun even had the thought of dying. Thinking back to her previous actions, she broke out in cold sweat. Get up. I won't say much since you know that I'm back. However, the current Hong clan is no longer the same as the Hong clan of the past. You all are relying on the Red Lotus Kingdom's support to be lazy. If this continues, your clan will be destroyed soon. Having said that, Lin Rei stared at Hong Yundao with a cold glint and murderous intent. Especially the current Imperial Lord. In my opinion, you should hand over the position of Imperial Lord and guard the Ancestral Hall from now on. What? After hearing Red Lotus's words, Red Cloud Daoist, who was wearing a dragon robe, did not react for a moment and directly fainted. Humph, what a disappointment. Why did I choose someone like you to be the Imperial Lord? Red Lotus looked disappointed when she saw Hong Yundao fainted. She did not say anything else and walked out, leaving behind some people who were deep in thought. As for the unconscious Hong Yundao, his dragon robe was removed and he was thrown into the Ancestral Hall to guard it. Time passed quickly. In these few days, Red Lotus had announced his return to the entire Tianxian continent. In these few days, he had successfully ascended to the throne of the Red Lotus Empire's emperor. He had also reshuffled the royal family, including the other surviving emperors. Suddenly, the entire Red Lotus Kingdom took on a new look. The elites who were sent out to search for her were also summoned back. As soon as the news of the Red Lotus Empire's revival and regaining control of the Red Lotus Empire was released, the entire profound sky continent fell into a state of panic. Even the other empires that were once enemies of the Red Lotus Empire began to offer their help to the Red Lotus Empire. Of course, Linley, who was at the periphery of the Land of Death, naturally received the news as well. The Red Lotus Kingdom? It seems that the Tianxian continent is going to suffer again. I wonder how many people will die. When Lin Rei found out that Red Lotus had returned to the Empire and was the Imperial Lord, he did not feel anything but disdain. It seems that I have to speed up. I have to make them reach the nascent soul stage within 5 years and make a name for themselves in the Tianxian continent. Only then can I return to the modern world and reunite with my mother and siblings. Today, Lin Rei finally arrived at the Land of Death after a few days of sleepless nights. His eyes were filled with ecstasy and his heart was finally at ease. Looking at the Land of Death in front of him, Lin Rei had no intention of entering. After looking at it quietly for a long time, Lin Rei looked up to the sky and shouted, "Taoist Hong Rui, I am Lin Rei. I have come to inform you under the orders of the Zodiac Spiritual Master. Please come out to meet me." A long time passed, but there was no sign of anyone or anything. Seeing this, Linley, unwilling to give up, raised his head to the sky and roared. This time, Linley unleashed the full power of his cultivation base, and his voice shook the entire area. Chapter 142. Still not coming out? Seeing that his method didn't work, Lin Rei directly summoned the Scarlet Flame Tiger and made it roar at the Land of Death. Woo! The deafening roar of the tiger caused all the living creatures within a 100-kilometer radius around Linley to flee. As the roar continued, a sinister smile appeared on Linley's face. He believed that under the furious roar of an out-of-body stage Scarlet Flame Tiger, even the most patient person would be unable to hold themselves back from running out of frustration. I'll make you not come out. Little tiger, continue roaring until the person inside comes out. Lin Rei's heart was filled with mischief as he spoke to the Scarlet Flame Tiger, who was roaring furiously in front of him. Boom! Not long after, a surge of anger and terrifying pressure swept out from the Land of Death. The Scarlet Flame Tiger, who was roaring furiously, instantly became terrified. It quickly ran back to Lin Rei's side with its tail between its legs and looked at Lin Rei with grievance. Whoa, hee, don't be like that. Looking at the Scarlet Flame Tiger, Lin Rei smiled. Little tiger, I came here for this person. You'll have to bear with it for a while. Wait a few days and I'll let you move freely outside. What do you think? Whoa. After hearing Lin Rei's words, the Scarlet Flame Tiger, who was originally filled with grievance, instantly became excited. Its eyes, which were originally filled with grievance, were now filled with light. Heh, you brat. You're actually so cunning. I really don't know who led you astray. Looking at the Scarlet Flame Tiger's appearance, Lin Rei smiled helplessly. Just as he finished speaking, Lin Rei revealed an awkward expression. All right. Just as Lin Rei finished speaking, the Scarlet Flame Tiger looked at him and said, "It's you." He looked at Lin Rei. At this moment, Lin Rei realized something. For a moment, the atmosphere was filled with awkwardness. Thump, thump, thump. The Scarlet Flame Tiger excitedly ran towards the back while roaring in excitement. It was as if it was a free eagle that wanted nothing more than to soar into the sky. Hee, it seems that these years have really suppressed it. I have to let it out more in the future. Otherwise, it will be terrible if it gets depression. Who is it? Who is it that dares to mess around in my place of death? Could it be that you don't know that I am cultivating in seclusion here? Just as Lin Rei was watching the Scarlet Flaming Tiger run, he suddenly heard an angry roar coming from the Land of Death. In an instant, Lin Rei was overjoyed. Who are you? Why are you loitering in my place of death and letting your tamed beast roar wantonly here? At this moment, an old man walked out in anger. When he saw Lin Rei, the old man's eyes clearly showed more uneasiness. When he saw the scarlet flame tiger, the old man's eyes burst with killing intent. He couldn't wait to go up and kill the scarlet flame tiger. Hehe, may I ask if you are Daoist Hongrui? Oh, you know my name. Then why are you still being so unreasonable here? Could it be that you don't know that I like peace? When Daoist Hongrui heard that Lin Rei knew his name, his face showed more anger. His tone was cold as he said to Lin Rei. That's right. However, this junior didn't come here to be impudent. I was just entrusted with a task. It's just that on the way here, I heard a lot of rumors that the land of death is a place that eats people without spitting out their bones. It seems that these rumors can't be completely believed. Oh? Entrusted with a task? Who entrusted you with a task? What is the purpose of your visit here? When he heard Lin Rei's words, Daoist Hongrui's face showed a puzzled expression. He looked at Lin Rei and said, "It's like this. This junior entered a mountain range in the east. Unfortunately, there was an expert who passed away in a sitting posture. This junior coincidentally opened an opportunity. Only then did I know that the person who passed away in a sitting posture was Huang Dao Master. Moreover, I obtained his last words. That's how I know about you, Daoist Hongrui." What, Huang Dao? When Daoist Hongrui heard the two words Huang Dao Master, a smile appeared on his face. However, when he heard that Huang Dao Master had died, the smile on his face disappeared. Instead, a sad expression appeared on his face. Tears were rolling in his eyes. You mean, Huang Dao is dead, dead? How can he die? How can he die? He said that he would come back to find me. He said, boo-hoo. After he heard from Lin Rei that Huang Dao Master had died, Daoist Hongrui's eyes instantly darkened. A sad and desperate expression appeared on his face. Tears fell from his eyes. How can this be? How can this be? How can this be? If you're dead, then what about me? I've waited for you for so many years. I've waited for you for so many years. You. At this moment, Daoist Hongrui seemed to have gone mad. He raised his head to the sky and howled in grief. He was incomparably crazy. His face revealed a look of proof. Huang Dao, I waited for you for 1,000 years. For you, I betrayed my clan. For you, I hurt my parents' hearts. For you, I gave up my status as the young Mississippi. For you, I came to the land of death to cultivate the taboo book. For you, I became like this. But what about you? You sent someone to tell me that you're dead. Where did you take me? Where did you take my feelings? Suddenly, Daoist Hongrui howled towards the sky. His eyes were red and terrifying. When Lin Rei saw this scene, Lin Rei was so moved that he almost cried. However, he was stopped by Lin Rei. Sigh. What is love in this world? It makes people pledge their lives to each other. Seeing Daoist Hongrui venting, Lin Rei did not step forward to stop him. Instead, he stood to the side and looked at him silently. After a long time, Daoist Hongrui seemed to have grown tired of shouting. Or perhaps he didn't want to struggle anymore. Finally, he stopped all his actions. He stood there quietly and looked forward with empty eyes. Well, since you're done venting, I'll tell you the words that Ecliptic Taoist Master left for you. Looking at Hongrui's appearance, Lin Li hurriedly said what Huang Dao Master wanted to say to Daoist Hongrui. He said, Hongrui, I'm sorry. In this life, I wasn't able to fulfill my promise, nor did I give you a perfect home. It's my fault. What I regret the most is that I wasn't able to take you with me and leave without hesitation. I regret it very much, but this is the truth. Everything can't be undone. Now, I'm most worried about you. Don't practice the Devil Dao cultivation method anymore. I know that you practiced the Devil Dao cultivation method for me, but I wasn't able to fulfill my promise until my death. I'm not worth it. Lin Rui paused and looked at Daoist Hong Rui. His face showed signs of struggle because Lin Rui didn't know what to say next. But in the end, Lin Rui still followed Ecliptic Taoist Master's words and said it. I hope that when I'm alive, you can stop practicing magic. Although it's useless, I still hope that you can return to how you were when I first met you. You were so innocent and kind. I don't want you to live in hatred, so stop. Don't avenge me. I won't tell you who killed me. If there's a next life, I will definitely take you with me and leave without any hesitation. So, Hong Rui, stop. Finally, Lin Rui said all the words that Ecliptic Taoist Master wanted to say to Daoist Hong Rui. After hearing Ecliptic Taoist Master's words, Daoist Hong Rui cried. But at this time, Daoist Hong Rui's eyes were full of vigor. Ecliptic Taoist Master, why are you so stupid? Why are you so stupid? At this time, Daoist Hong Rui was still very sad, but he didn't feel the pain from before. But now, he was told that his lover was dead. No one would be able to recover immediately. Thank you. Thank you for not going back on your words and helping Ecliptic Taoist Master to pass the message to me. This shows that Ecliptic Taoist Master didn't choose the wrong person. At this time, Daoist Hong Rui, who had recovered, looked at Lin Rui and nodded his head in appreciation. You don't have to be like this. I just promised Ecliptic Taoist Master. But I sympathize with your experience. Finally, I advise you not to live in memories. This will not be a good result for you in the future, whether it's life or cultivation. Lin Li looked at Red Lotus, and in his heart, he suddenly felt a thirst for talent. He spoke to Red Luck. Yes, thank you for your words. I will live well for Ecliptic Taoist Master. However, if it's possible for you to join my sect, I can allow you to regain your appearance in this aspect, and be able to cure your current condition. Not only that, I can also promise you that I'll help Reverend Huang Dao kill the people who had chased after his life back then. After a certain extent, I can even allow you to return to your youthful appearance. I can even promise you that I'll bring you out of the profound sky continent, leave this place, and head to a higher plane to cultivate. What? Lin Rui threw a shocking temptation at Daoist Hong Rui when he was in a weak mood. Lin Rui believed that the current Daoist Hong Rui would definitely join the Xuanzong sect. Yes, what you heard is correct. I can do it. Now, the only condition is whether you agree or not. I don't like to force people. After receiving the confirmation, Daoist Hong Rui smiled excitedly. You can really help me kill the people who hunted and seriously injured Ecliptic Taoist Master back then? You can really take me away from here and go to a higher plane for cultivation? Yes. Daoist Hong Rui knelt on the ground without thinking and said to Lin Rui, from now on, Daoist Hong Rui, am a member of the Xuanzong sect. I can't betray the sect for the rest of my life. If I do, I'm willing to be entangled by my inner demons and be killed by the heavenly tribulation. After death, I will fall into the Azura domain and be tempered by the heavenly tribulation until my soul dissipates. Chapter 143. Ha 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 ha, good, I really didn't misjudge you. You can rest assured. I'll definitely fulfill my promise to you. After you're done helping me with a matter, you can head to the Western Region's Royal Pill City and look for the manager of a store called the Nine Heavens Trading Company. Just say that you were introduced by me, and there will naturally be someone to receive you. After arriving at the sect, you can start cultivating. Seeing Hong Rui so readily agreed, Lin Rui was very excited. This was not something that a peak-crossing tribulation stage cultivator could compare with. Desheng stage, it took time and talent to push forward. When you arrive at the Xuanzong sect, medicinal pills, cultivation methods, martial skills, magical techniques, whatever you want, no one will stop you. I believe that in the next year, with the help of the Xuanzong sect, you will soon be able to break through to the peak. Yes, thank you. What should I call you? Just when Hong Rui was about to thank Lin Rui, she didn't know what to call him. If she only cared about his name, it would be a bit inappropriate for her current identity. You. Hearing Hong Rui's words, Lin Rui smiled and said, you should follow the others and call me young master. Of course, this is only limited to the outside world. When you arrive at the sect, it is better to call me sect master. Yes, young master, this subordinate obeys the order. What is the task that young master wants this subordinate to complete? When Hong Rui heard that Lin Li was a grandmaster, a look of shock flashed across his eyes. But this was only for a moment. For a person with such great power, there was nothing that couldn't be done. It's nothing. Seeing Hong Rui agree, Lin Rui directly said the last task that Huang Dao Master had told him. It's like this, Huang Dao Master told me that in addition to telling you the news of his death, I should also tell the news of his death to his sect. Yes, this subordinate obeys the order. I will definitely inform the news of Huang Dao Master's death to his sect. Hearing Hong Rui's words, Lin Rui stole a glance at her. Lin Rui wanted to see if Hong Rui was feeling sad because of this Huang Dao Master. Young master, you don't have to peek, I'm no longer sad. Although the departure of Huang Dao made me very painful, I'm already a Desheng stage cultivator. It's impossible for me to be tied down by the love between men and women. Therefore, young master's task, this subordinate will do my best to complete it. I dare not neglect it. Having been exposed by Hong Rui's words, Lin Li's face was boiling hot. He felt very embarrassed. All right, try your best to do it for a few days. But before that, I want to restore your original appearance. You can't join the Xuanzong sect without any benefits, right? Seeing the awkward atmosphere, Lin Rui quickly changed the topic to Hong Rui's face. Really? My face. Can I really change my face back? Looking at Hong Rui's excited appearance, Lin Rui's heart was very emotional. A person who didn't necessarily steal the forbidden book, but in the end, the person she loved had been dead for thousands of years. This kind of waiting was not something that ordinary people could do. Just based on this point, Lin Rui wanted to restore Hong Rui's face. Yes, but I have to look at your forbidden book's cultivation method first, and then I can study how to lift his forbidden technique. Hearing Lin Rui's words, Hong Rui directly took out the forbidden book without hesitation and handed it directly to Lin Rui. Young master, take it. As long as you can restore my face, this forbidden book is nothing at all. Oh. Looking at the forbidden book that Hong Rui handed over, Lin Rui did not hesitate and directly took it out and flipped through it. When he saw the book's general introduction, Lin Rui was stunned. The mandala forbidden book was created by Fuyang in ancient times. At first, Fuyang created this book on a whim, but later, Fuyang found that this book was a cultivation method that would harm both himself and himself. Fuyang had originally sealed it, but it was stolen by his wife. In the end, this book disappeared from the Tianxian continent. Moreover, this book was at the level of a king-level cultivation method and was very powerful. Cultivators who practiced the forbidden book had to suffer the slow-acting poison of the cultivation method every day, and the pain of having their blood essence absorbed by the cultivation method. However, this was the motivation for people to quickly improve their cultivation. Heavens, Hong Rui, didn't you read the introduction of this book? This cultivation method has its own slow-acting poison, and most importantly, it can absorb the cultivator's blood essence. Blood essence is the foundation of a cultivator. Are you crazy? At this moment, after Lin Rui read the introduction of the cultivation method, he looked at Hong Rui as if he was looking at a lunatic. His eyes were filled with disbelief. Oh, sigh. When Huang Dao and I were in love, I could give up everything for him. At that time, I didn't think too much about it. When I saw that I could quickly improve my cultivation, I immediately practiced it. Later on, I realized the power of this cultivation method, but it was too late to stop. As he spoke, Hong Rui's face revealed a regretful expression, but his eyes revealed a determined gaze. Seeing this scene, Lin Rui knew that if Hong Rui could choose again, he would choose to practice this mandala forbidden book again. Young master, is it impossible to return to the original state? After hearing Lin Rui's words, Hong Rui's face revealed a relaxed smile as if he had accepted his fate. Yes. Oh, I knew it. After hearing Lin Rui's nod, Hong Rui was even more disappointed. However, after hearing Lin Rui's next words, the despair in his eyes instantly turned into hope. It's not completely hopeless. You can say it's simple, but it's also complicated. As long as you correct your cultivation method, and then target the damage caused by your cultivation method, there is still an 80% success rate in refining elixirs. With a plop, Hong Rui knelt on the ground and kept kowtowing to Lin Rui with a grateful expression on his face. Thank you, young master, thank you, thank you. Ahem. Ahem, you don't have to thank me for this. Take this heaven-tier antidote pill first, then take it and return to your original appearance. When we find the primordial fruit, your illness will be completely cured. At that time, Yuan will return to her original appearance. It won't be too late for you to thank me then. Seeing Hong Rui's appearance, he hurriedly went forward to help Hong Rui up, and then told Hong Rui what he had seen. However, I haven't found any information about the primordial fruit, so you have to wait a few days. It may take a long time, 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, or even longer. However, I guarantee that you will be cured within 10 years. Before that, you can go to the pill department of the Xuanzong Sect to receive the disguise pill. It's okay, I'm willing to wait however long it takes. Moreover, so many years have passed, I don't care about these things. As long as I can be cured, I'm willing to do anything. After hearing Lin Rui's words, Hong Rui pursed her lips and smiled. She said indifferently, as if she was not very anxious about this matter. Well, since this matter is over, you can go to the sect of the Huang Daozhenren to inform him. While you're at it, give them these cultivation methods and say that these are the last things that the Huang Daozhenren left for them. I hope that they will cherish them well. After this matter is over, you can leave for the west. Yes, this subordinate obeys. After hearing Lin Rui's instructions, Hong Rui was about to bid farewell to Lin Rui when Lin Rui said, "Oh, that's right, when you reach the sect, you must let my 5 disciples cultivate to the nascent soul stage as soon as possible. Otherwise, when I return, they will be dead for sure." Yes, this subordinate will remember. Young master, do you have any other words for me? After hearing Lin Rui's words, Hong Rui was not in a hurry to leave. Instead, she let Lin Rui finish what he wanted to say. Also, when you reach the sect, tell Bing to cultivate well. Don't let down her peerless talent and aptitude. When I return, I will go back to see her. When Lin Rui said Bing, there was a sense of guilt in his eyes. Especially when he thought about how he had not gone to see her when he returned to the sect and came here first, Lin Rui's heart was filled with guilt. Yes, young master's words, this subordinate will definitely pass them on. Then, this subordinate will take his leave first. Hearing Hong Rui's words, Lin Rui's face revealed an awkward expression, then he let it fade away. You can go. The matters here have already been taken care of. There is nothing else. The only thing I need to do now is to let those 5 little brats break through to the nascent soul stage as soon as possible. Only then can I return home. Ao. Ao. At this time, the Scarlet Flame Tiger, who had been beside him, heard Lin Rei's words and roared a few times, as if it was replying to Lin Rei's words. However, Lin Rei did not know what it was. Master, what is your hometown like? I've always heard you mention it before, but I have never been there. A sudden voice directly stunned Lin Rei. At this moment, Lin Rei vigilantly looked around, but in the end, he discovered that there was no one around. Only the Scarlet Flame Tiger was staring at him. Little Tiger? Lin Rei asked the Scarlet Flame Tiger tentatively. In the end, it really was the Scarlet Flame Tiger speaking. Master, what's wrong? When he found out that the person speaking was really the Scarlet Flame Tiger, Lin Rei became excited. His face was incomparably excited and his eyes were filled with disbelief as he spoke. It really is you. That's not right. How can you speak? Moreover, you haven't spoken before. At this moment, Lin Rei felt that something was wrong. The Scarlet Flame Tiger had never spoken before, which made Lin Rei very puzzled. Actually, I can speak long ago. It's just that Master didn't let me out, so I don't understand ordinary needs at all. Just now, I was watching from the side for so long, so I can only use my divine sense to express what I want to say. If I want to truly have the ability to speak, then I must reach the body integration stage. I believe that I will be able to reach that stage very soon. I believe that you will be able to reach that stage very soon. Seeing that it was really the Scarlet Flame Tiger speaking, Lin Rei was excited for a while. After all, the Scarlet Flame Tiger was a companion that had followed him from the beginning, a companion that fought and slept with him. Chapter 144. Little Tiger, since you can speak, where are we going next? Since I've finished all my business in the past few days, there's nothing else important to do. Why don't you choose a place and we can go sightseeing? We can also make up for the past few years of imprisonment. Lin Rei was very happy to see that the Flaming Tiger could speak. Thinking about how he had ignored it for the past few years, Lin Rei felt a trace of guilt in his heart, so he brought up this topic. Hearing Lin Rei's words, the Flaming Tiger jumped up excitedly. In an instant, all the flowers and trees within a 1-mile radius were destroyed by the Flaming Tiger's actions. Don't be too late. Hurry up and choose a place. Let's go. After saying that, Lin Rei jumped onto the Flaming Tiger's back and let the Flaming Tiger choose a place. In the following days, the Flaming Tiger and Lin Rei had a lot of fun playing. Basically, all the troubles from before were thrown to the back of their minds. Especially Lin Rei. His originally cold face frequently smiled after being with the Flaming Tiger. If Lin Rei's enemies or subordinates were here, they would definitely think that they were hallucinating. However, in the past few days in the Tianxian continent, something real happened. The founder of the Red Lotus Empire, the Red Lotus Empress, was resurrected without anyone knowing. Then, she mysteriously returned to the Red Lotus Empire to take back the throne. This matter caused all the forces in the Tianxian continent to panic. They were all afraid of the Red Lotus Empire's attack and revenge. Although the fear in their hearts was not very strong, their fantasies eventually became reality. Within a few days after the Red Lotus Empress's return, the Red Lotus Empire's military forces were integrated and began to attack the other empires. Originally, the Red Lotus Empire's forces in the other empires were not very strong. However, after returning from the Red Lotus Empire, everything changed. The originally strong Red Lotus Empire's forces instantly became invincible. Within a few days, the Red Lotus Empire had conquered the nearby Heavenly Dragon Empire and killed the Emperor of the Heavenly Dragon Empire as punishment. Under such momentum, everything that caught the eye of the Red Lotus Empire would be destroyed very quickly. At this moment, in the imperial palace of the Red Lotus Empire, Red Lotus, who was very different from before, was sitting on the emperor's throne. She looked down at the people below her and said coldly, "You guys, the reality has been so tense these past few days. Why have you come here?" Old ancestor, the reason we're here is to ask if your wanton massacre will cause dissatisfaction among all the cultivators in the world. At that moment, Hong Tianling, the fourth emperor, quickly went forward and asked the question in his heart. Looking at Hong Lian's face, Hong Tianling knew that he was unlucky today. "Humph, you're too soft-hearted. It was the old emperor's wish to unify the world. Besides, do you want the Red Lotus Empire to remain in this state of mediocrity? What if the other empires become stronger and they're eager to attack our Red Lotus Empire? Rather than letting them attack us first, why not do it first?" Looking at Hong Tianling, Hong Lian spoke out her thoughts. "Furthermore, if I'm not here in the future, what will you do? If you want your children and grandchildren to live a truly superior life, then you must create an immortal empire for them. This way, they, including the people of the entire profound sky continent, will be able to live a peaceful life." Red Lotus's words had shocked everyone at the scene. They never expected that Red Lotus would say such words. It's my fault. I'm not as thoughtful as the old ancestor. I'm willing to face the wall for a month as punishment." Hong Tianling was also stunned when he heard Red Lotus's words. At this moment, he was truly convinced by this old ancestor that he had never met before. "Alright, since all of you said so, then let's act quickly. Now that the Heavenly Dragon Empire has been conquered, the empire won't last long. Soon, all the empires in the Tianxian land will become the land of my Red Lotus Empire. As for those sects, after I unify the empire, I'll let them know who's the one who has the final say in this continent." When Red Lotus blurted out the plan in her mind, her eyes were filled with coldness and an excited smile appeared on her face. However, the people at the scene did not think so. Unifying the empire was easy to say, but it was extremely difficult to do it. Especially when she had to kill a lot of people. Therefore, if she wanted to unify the empire, she must have an iron heart. Otherwise, it would be easy to waste all her previous efforts. "Yes, we'll do as the old ancestor said. The day of unifying the world is just around the corner. I hope the old ancestor will live as long as the heavens." Hong Tianling and the others retreated after receiving the order. Instantly, the main hall became quiet. The coldness on Red Lotus's face disappeared and was replaced by exhaustion and sadness. Sigh. How could I not know the price of unifying the empire? However, it's been a long time since a sovereign country appeared in the Tianxian land. If this continues, the Tianxian land will be annihilated. Rather than that, it's better for me to change its fate. Moreover, I have so many enemies in front of me. If I can't unify the empire, then how can the descendants of the Hong family survive in this world? Red Lotus sat alone on the emperor's throne and muttered to herself. Tears flowed down from her eyes unconsciously. If those people were here and saw this scene, they would be stunned. In their impression, their old ancestor was a cold and ruthless person who would kill without batting an eyelid. Sigh. It's just a matter of time. If I don't have powerful strength, I won't be able to unify the empire. Since the heavens have given me this ability, then I can't waste this opportunity. The magnificent feat of unifying the world, how magnificent would that be? As she spoke, Red Lotus closed her eyes and an excited smile appeared on her face. One could imagine that Red Lotus was fantasizing about the grand occasion after unifying the empire. As the saying goes, when some people are happy, others will be troubled. The Red Lotus Empire's glory was because their wish to unify the world was being realized. Those empires that were annihilated by the Red Lotus Empire were all secretly depressed. This was especially true for the imperial family members who were preparing to be annihilated by the Red Lotus Empire. At this moment, they were like ants on a hot pan and were extremely anxious. Humph, Red Lotus, if you say you're dead, then you're dead. Why do you want to be resurrected? If you want to be resurrected, then you can be resurrected. Why do you want to realize your dream of unifying the world? At this moment, in an imperial palace not far away from the Red Lotus Empire, an imperial lord dressed in a dragon robe was worrying about the Red Lotus soldiers stationed outside the imperial capital. At this moment, he was at the end of his rope and had nothing left. Even the prince's wives who had been taking care of him all this time fled when they heard that the soldiers of the Red Lotus Empire were approaching the city. In an instant the imperial capital was empty. It was no longer as prosperous and grand as it was in the past. Sigh, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. I've achieved enlightenment. I can't stop what's coming. Since that's the case, I can't disgrace my imperial Ouyang clan. Now, in the imperial palace, looking at the empty imperial capital, the imperial lord's face did not have the elegance that an imperial lord should have. At this moment, his face was filled with desolation. With a puff, the Ouyang clan imperial lord knelt on the ground and looked at the family plaque above his head. The 3-foot cold blade in his hand slid across his neck. Immediately, blood spurted out and his eyes slowly became hollow. Sigh. I've been ostentatious all my life, but in the end, I didn't get anything. It's a pity that I realized it too late. After saying that, the Ouyang clan imperial lord fell silent. The vitality in his body also disappeared. A big shot died just like that. He died quietly and no one knew. Not long after, the Ouyang clan imperial capital was captured. From then on, this area became part of the territory of the Red Lotus Empire. As the main culprit of all this, one of the people who wanted to save Lin Rei, who had recovered his memories of his previous life, was sitting on the back of the flaming tiger. He held a bottle of wine in his hand and lay on the back of the flaming tiger. He was leisurely singing songs from his 21st life. I had a little donkey that I never rode. One day, I rode it to the market on a whim. I had a little whip in my hand, and I was very proud of it. Setting out from the land of death, Lin Rei rode the flaming tiger. Whether in the city or outside, the flaming tiger never left Lin Rei's sight. Wherever they went, Lin Rei would go to the restaurant to buy some wine and then slowly drink it on the road. It was in these few days that Lin Rei's addiction to drinking had developed. Along the way, Lin Rei's heart was very calm. Ever since he came to the Tianxian continent, he had never been so calm. In these few days, Lin Rei did not meditate, nor did he take out any weapons. Even his consciousness was not used by Lin Rei. Other than riding on the flaming tiger, Lin Rei walked the rest of the time. Along the way, Lin Rei had a deep understanding. Originally, he felt that his foundation was unstable, but in these few days, it had become much more solid. This is called the Tendo reward. Although I, Lin Rei, am not a good person, I will not kill the innocent. Don't you think so? Little tiger? At this time, Lin Rei, who had walked to an unknown place, suddenly asked this question as if he was drunk while sitting on the back of the flaming tiger. Hee, master, I don't know how to answer you. You are not a good person. You haven't killed any good people either. You are a good person, but every time you don't end up with the destruction of the sect. So this question, I won't talk about it. I won't talk about it. After hearing his master's question, the flaming tiger, who was walking leisurely, recalled the scene at the Fengyun sect and said it. Hee, you brat. Although you don't talk about it, your mouth is too poisonous. I admit that every time I end up with the destruction of the sect, but tell me, they were the ones who wanted to kill me. Also, I didn't kill all of them. Didn't you see that I left some people for them? After hearing the flaming tiger's words, the originally drunk Lin Rei almost fell down. He rolled his eyes and said to the flaming tiger, feeling wronged. "Ha! This. Master, did you forget? That time, it wasn't you who let them go. They took advantage of the time when you killed their sect leader to escape. At that time, you wanted to chase after them, but by that time, they were already long gone." This, after hearing the flaming tiger's words, Lin Rei wanted to say something, but he was choked by the flaming tiger's words. Lin Rei wanted to explain, but after thinking about it, he realized that it was indeed the case. Forget it. If they want to kill someone, then so be it. Anyway, they were the ones who offended me. If I don't kill them, the world will think that I, Lin Rei, am a person who can be bullied easily. Gulp, gulp. After saying that, Lin Rei took the wine jug in his hand and poured it into his mouth. Suddenly, a spicy feeling spread from his throat to his stomach. Phew. Nice. I didn't expect this fire wine to be so strong and delicious. If I had known, I would have bought more from the drunken wine pavilion. Looking at the wine jug in his hand, Lin Rei said regretfully. His heart was filled with regret. I say, Master, what's so good about this wine? Look at you drinking every day. This is completely different from how you used to be. Moreover, the most important thing is, every time you get drunk, you will vomit all over me. Every time, I have to jump into the river and wash for a long time before I can wash the smell of the wine away. Looking at Lin Li's expression, the flaming tiger was unhappy and hurriedly poured out the complaints that had been in his heart for the past few days. Also, you keep saying that this time, you came out with me. Damn, this time, it seems like I came out with you on purpose. You, phew. 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 Just as the flaming tiger was complaining, the sound of snoring suddenly entered his ears. The flaming tiger helplessly shook his head and slowed down his pace, as if he was afraid of waking Lin Rei up. Sigh. Master, the pain in your heart, others don't know, but this flaming tiger understands very well. Although you usually look cold, others don't know that you are very fragile in your heart. Sometimes, I really want to share some of the pain in your heart with me. This way, I can help you and make you happy. Looking at the sleeping Lin Rei, the flaming tiger's aura became sorrowful as he muttered to himself. However, the flaming tiger didn't know that Lin Rei wasn't sleeping at all. At this moment, he was more awake than anyone else. Hee, little tiger, how could I not know what you're thinking? From the beginning, you've been trying to make me happy. That's why you're acting like this. I'm very clear about this. To be honest, these few days are the happiest days of my life. So, don't worry. One day, I'll let you transform into a human and follow me around. We'll enjoy the beautiful scenery, drink the best wine, and find a wife for you so you can have children. Xiao Hu's thoughts were as follows: I'll make you change into a human. Chapter 145. Looking at the little tiger's appearance, Lin Rei laughed in his heart. His face also unconsciously revealed a smile. Time passed quickly. At first, Lin Rei pretended to be asleep, but in the end, he really fell asleep. Moreover, he slept very soundly. In his dream, Lin Rei dreamed that he had returned to his original world and met his mother, younger siblings, and younger siblings. Roar, a tiger's roar was transmitted into Lin Li's dreamland. Slowly, Lin Li was pulled out of the dreamland. He looked at the little dragon with sleepy eyes and asked in confusion, "What is it? What's wrong, little tiger?" Roar. Master, you've been sleeping for a few days. Now that we've arrived at a place, I wanted to wake you up and let you eat something. Hearing the little tiger's words, Lin Rei lifted his head and looked at the city in front of him. Lin Rei smiled and patted the little tiger's head, indicating that they should go into the city. Roar, after receiving approval, the Scarlet Flame Tiger led Lin Rei into the city. Along the way, everyone who saw Lin Rei and the Scarlet Flame Tiger trembled in fear. Even the city guards hurriedly let the Scarlet Flame Tiger pass when they saw it, not daring to stop it. Arriving in the city, the Scarlet Flame Tiger followed the scent and came to a restaurant with a round building. At first glance, this restaurant seemed to be painted with gold. It was resplendent and incomparably luxurious. Roar. Master, what do you think of this restaurant? Arriving in front of the restaurant, the Scarlet Flame Tiger asked Lin Rei, trying to get Lin Rei's approval. It's okay. Alright, since you chose it, then let's go. With that, Lin Rei sat on the Scarlet Flame Tiger's back without any movement. The Scarlet Flame Tiger carried Lin Rei into the restaurant. It was unknown if the restaurant had purposely designed it this way, but the Scarlet Flame Tiger's huge body was able to walk in easily. After arriving at the restaurant, Lin Rei flashed to the Scarlet Flame Tiger's side. Looking at this unique restaurant, Lin Rei felt a little curious in his heart. It's really an unusual hotel. Just by looking at the carpet on the floor, I can tell that the power behind this restaurant is not that simple. Ever since Lin Rei walked in, he noticed that the carpet on the floor of the restaurant was made from the fur of a nascent soul-stage black bear. This kind of demonic beast was a kind of demonic beast that lived in the Yunling mountain range and could not be found anywhere else. Just based on this point, Lin Rei had to pay attention to this restaurant. Little tiger, you really know how to choose. The first place you came to is this kind of place. Looks like there's going to be a good show to watch. After saying that to Little Tiger, he led the flaming tiger inside. At this moment, a man dressed like a waiter walked towards Linley with a warm smile on his face. Dear guest, welcome to our Lulu Circle. In our Lulu Circle, there's nothing you can't get. Come in, sir, please. Looking at the waiter, Lin Rei ate on time. When the waiter arrived a moment ago, Lin Rei could feel that he was a Gold Core realm practitioner. Thinking of the black bears that covered the ground, Lin Rei was even more certain that the power behind Lu Yuanyuan must be a first-rate power in the Tianxian continent, or possibly an ancient sect that was even more powerful than a first-rate power. Okay, just give us some of your restaurant specialties. Serve the rest as you see fit, but most importantly, my Scarlet Flame Tiger must eat demonic beasts. Moreover, it must be freshly killed and roasted. Also, bring some wine. That's all. Following the waiter's guidance, Lin Rei told the waiter what he wanted. Soon, Lin Rei arrived at a private room that was just big enough for the Scarlet Flame Tiger to enter. Seeing this scene, Lin Rei admired the waiter's eyesight. This is for you. Take it as a reward for showing me the way. Of course, the food I order must be quick. After arriving at the private room, Linley took out a high-grade spirit stone from his ring and tossed it directly to the waiter before instructing him to take care of it. Thank you, young master. I will definitely deliver the dishes you want as soon as possible. If there's nothing else, I will take my leave first. After receiving the spirit stone, the waiter sensed the abundant spirit chi in the spirit stone and knew the grade of the spirit stone. Seeing this scene, the waiter hurriedly bowed to Lin Rei and left. Little tiger, the good food will be here soon. After watching the waiter leave, Lin Rei smiled and said something to the Scarlet Flame Tiger. After that, he didn't say anything else. Instead, he released the divine sense of the next stage of the tribulation. In an instant, Lin Rei clearly saw Lu Yuanyuan in his mind, including the conversations between people and some hidden things that weren't on the surface. As expected, I guessed right. A small restaurant actually has a cultivator in the conjoint body realm. It seems that the power behind it is either an empire or some transcendental power. When Lin Rei's divine sense probed the restaurant, he found that there was a secret room at the bottom of the 6th floor. In the secret room, there were several cultivators in the conjoint body realm hiding and secretly discussing something. Then, Master, let's hurry up and leave. This time, we came out to play. If we encounter anything, we should hide as much as possible. After hearing Lin Rei's words, Little Tiger, who was beside him, stood up and walked towards the door. However, at this moment, he was stopped by Lin Rei. Alright, Little Tiger. Since we're already here, there's no need to leave. Maybe we can hear some things that I'm interested in. Although we came out to play, it's been so many days. It's time to return to our previous life. But, when he saw Little Tiger's expression, Lin Rei smiled and gave Little Tiger a reassuring look. He signaled for Little Tiger to return to his original place and wait for the food to arrive. Hehe, it's just a layer of boundary. Do you think you can stop me with such a small thing? You're delusional. Seeing that Little Tiger had returned to its original place, Lin Rei's divine sense went directly to the secret room where the cultivators in the conjoint body realm were hiding. When he saw that they had set up a trap, Lin Rei's face revealed a look of disdain. His divine sense easily entered the inner part of the boundary. Immediately, the words of the cultivators in the conjoint body realm were heard by Lin Rei. When he heard their words, Lin Rei realized that these people were cultivators from the Ao Lai Empire. They were discussing how to gather more cultivators to resist the attack of the Red Lotus Empire. When he heard this, Lin Rei knew that the Red Lotus Empire's operation had begun. Since he already knew, Lin Rei did not need to continue listening. He immediately withdrew his divine sense and returned to his body. Sigh. I don't know if saving you back then was a blessing or a curse. Although the anger of people in the Tianxian continent does not have much to do with me, I've long become a person who kills people like scything flax. When he thought of this, Lin Rei became irritated and a guilty look appeared in his eyes. What's wrong, Master? Did you hear something bad? Beside him, Little Tiger sensed the change in Lin Rei's aura and hurriedly asked Lin Rei worriedly. His voice was filled with worry. Nothing. I'm just conflicted about the decision I made back then. It's nothing. As he spoke, Lin Li turned his gaze downstairs. Right at this moment, a group of gorgeously dressed youths walked in. The youth in the lead had an incomparably clear gaze, without the slightest hint of distracting thoughts. Looking at the youth, Lin Li felt a hint of curiosity in his heart. Hey, little brother, can you come up and have a drink with me? Lin Rei's curiosity led him to ask the young man who had just arrived downstairs. The young man who had walked in with a group of people heard Lin Rei's words and raised his head. Although his face was filled with doubt, he still responded politely. All right. I wonder if this young master can agree to let my friends come up with me? Since they are all little brother's friends, then come up together. Just nice, I ordered a little more than usual. Hearing the young man's words, Lin Rei agreed without thinking. Anyway, it wasn't a big deal. It was just a few extra sets of bowls and chopsticks. He could still afford this bit of money. After a while, there was a knock on the door. Lin Rei waved his hand and the door opened. 4 or 5 young men and women walked in and politely introduced themselves to Lin Rei one by one. I am Xiaofan. This is my sister, Miao Miao. And the people behind are all my companions. They are Huiyun, Ling Wu, and Zhuiyang. Looking at Xiaofan, Lin Rei liked him more and more. Especially those eyes without distracting thoughts, which made Lin Rei very happy. Oh, I am Lin Rei. A loose cultivator is not worth mentioning. This is my companion, the Scarlet Flaming Tiger. Lin Rei reported his name and then directly introduced the Scarlet Flaming Tiger. Of course, Xiaofan didn't see the Scarlet Flaming Tiger when he came in, so he didn't feel anything. But when Lin Rei introduced him, everyone noticed. Brother Lin, you mean, this Scarlet Flaming Tiger is your companion? Looking at the huge Scarlet Flaming Tiger, Xiaofan and the others were stunned. Everyone's eyes were wide open, revealing a look of disbelief and horror. That's right. Little Tiger is my companion since the beginning of my cultivation. At the same time, he is also my relative. You don't mind, right? Right now, Linley really wanted to laugh out loud, but he also felt that if he did, it would make them lose face. It seems that Brother Lin is not just a loose cultivator. To be able to have a severed soul stage demon beast, this is not something a loose cultivator can do. At this time, in Xiaofan's eyes, Lin Rei was taken seriously. Of course, this also included the people he brought. Well, let's not talk about this. Since you are here, then you are all good friends. Come in. Hearing Xiaofan's words, Lin Rei didn't explain too much. Instead, he made a gesture of invitation and let Xiaofan and the others in. Everyone, please take a seat. I don't have anything to do, but when I saw young Master Yi's eyes were clear and without any impurities, so I was curious and called young Master Yi over. If there is anything wrong, I hope young Master Yi can forgive me. Linley didn't say much. He went straight to the point and explained the reason for this matter. Oh, I see. Hearing Lin Rei's explanation, Xiaofan and the others knew what was going on, but Xiaofan's face didn't show any expression. It's okay. It is my honor to be able to make friends with someone like Brother Lin. It's just that Brother Lin has spent a lot of money. In this way, the two of them chatted. The people next to them were speechless because after they came in, Lin Rei didn't even look at them. Finally, the dishes ordered by Lin Rei were served. After a while, slowly, the table was filled with dishes and a few bottles of wine. Lin Rei quickly ordered them to eat. Brother Yi, what are you doing here? As far as I know, there isn't any mountain range for you to train in here. During the meal, Lin Rei asked Xiaofan the purpose of their visit. Hearing this, Xiaofan's hand paused for a moment, then he started eating again and muttered. Actually, it's nothing much. It's just that the Gu family's ancient sword tomb is about to open. It's just that in the past, the Gu family didn't open it to the outside world. I don't know what's going on, but the Gu family spread the news to the outside world, but cultivators above the nascent soul realm can enter the ancient sword tomb to find opportunities. Moreover, the Gu family announced that the ancient sword tomb also has one of the 10 great divine artifacts of the Tianxian continent, the Qilin sword tomb. We didn't come here for this purpose. Hearing Xiaofan's unhurried explanation of the purpose of this visit, Lin Rei was stunned and began to calculate in his heart. Why don't Brother Lin come with us? In any case, it's not particularly far from here. Who knows, we might even be able to find a good opportunity in the ancient sword tomb. Hearing Xiaofan's words, Lin Rei was happy. Originally, he wanted to make a trip there after leaving this place. He didn't expect that Lin Rei would agree without hesitation. Alright, then after we finish eating, I'll accompany Brother Yi to the Gu family's ancient sword tomb. That's great. With a strong person like Brother Lin, we might even be able to find the Qilin sword. Hui Yun, who was eating crazily, heard Lin Rei's agreement and revealed an excited smile. She put down the things in her hands and smiled at Lin Rei. It's nothing. In that case, everyone hurry up and eat. Seeing everyone's excited appearance, Lin Rei didn't feel too much emotion in his heart. On the contrary, he was even happier towards Xiaofan. At this moment, Lin Rei really wanted to take Yi Shuihan as his disciple. However, Lin Rei knew that he couldn't be too hasty. The only thing he could do was to wait. Wait for the most suitable opportunity, and then he would definitely succeed. Time passed very quickly. Who knew how many days had passed since Yi Shuihan and the others had eaten? Even Yi Shuihan's sister, Yi Miao Miao, didn't care about Lin Rei, who was present and ate crazily. She didn't look like a girl at all. Her face was full of food. Chapter 146. Ahem. Ahem. Sensing Lin Rei's strange gaze, Yi Shuihan followed Lin Rei's gaze and saw his sister crazily devouring the food on the table. Yi Shuihan revealed an awkward expression. Meow meow. Meow meow, mind your image. You're a girl after all. Don't act like you haven't eaten. Hearing Yi Shuihan's words, everyone present turned to look at Yi Miao Miao, who was engrossed in eating. For a moment, time stood still and everyone was stunned. Huh. Huh, brother Lin, don't mind her. My sister has always been like this. She's never been the refined type. Her personality is also carefree, unlike a girl's. Seeing that Yi Miao Miao was unmoved and was still eating, Yi Shuihan said to Lin Rei with an awkward expression. It's nothing. What kind of character makes a person what kind of person they are? Your sister's character is very good. Lin Rei, who was in an awkward situation, quickly spoke to ease the awkwardness. In an instant, after hearing Lin Rei's words, everyone present nodded in agreement. Time passed quickly, and the meal was finished in large chunks. Everyone leaned back in their chairs and rubbed their bellies. Yi Shuihan's sister, Yi Miao Miao, was especially satisfied. At this moment, Yi Miao Miao had a smile on her face as she rubbed her bulging belly. She had a satisfied smile on her face. Alright, since everyone is full, then let's go. We can also enjoy the scenery along the way. Looking at everyone's expressions, Lin Rei took the initiative to speak to everyone. His tone was unquestionable. Alright, since that's the case, let's set off. With that, everyone packed up and walked out. As for Lin Rei, he also spent a lot of money to buy a large amount of wine at Lu Yuyuan. Then, he lay on the back of the scarlet tiger and chased after Yi Shuihan and the others. As soon as Yi Shuihan and the others left the building, they began to fly on their swords. Although they did so, the flaming tiger, which had a clone, was not slow at all. Very quickly, it caught up to them. Lin Li raised his head to look at Yi Shuihan, who was flying through the air on his sword. Lin Li laughed, not saying anything. Of course, Yi Shuihan, who was in the sky, also noticed Lin Rei, who was lying on the scarlet flame tiger. At this moment, Yi Shuihan was speechless. Wow! Big brother, I also want to be like Lin Rei. That way, I won't have to ride my sword like this. Yi Miao Miao noticed Lin Rei and revealed an envious look. His eyes were filled with yearning. Hearing Yi Miao Miao's words, Hui Yun looked at Yi Miao Miao with a teasing look. Hee, Sister Miao Miao, that's where you're wrong. That kind of demonic beast is not something that anyone can ride just because they want to. Usually, aside from their master, these demonic beasts are treated as enemies. So, you should give up on this idea. Hearing Hui Yun's words and looking at everyone's gazes, Yi Miao Miao revealed a lonely expression. Hee, little tiger, did you hear what they said? At this moment, Lin Rei lowered his head and asked the flaming tiger after hearing Yi Miao Miao's words. His tone was filled with ridicule. Yes, but that Yi Shuihan is right. Although I'm not considered a divine beast, I still have a trace of the flaming dragon's bloodline. Even an ordinary demonic beast would not allow a lower-ranked cultivator to taint its body other than its master. Hearing Little Tiger's words, Linley knew that Little Tiger was very, very serious about what he was saying. Alright, let's hurry up and go. I want to see what kind of divine being the Gu clan actually has an ancient sword tomb. After saying that, Lin Rei did not say anything else. Instead, he took out a bottle of wine that he had bought at Lu Yuan's from his storage ring and gulped it down. Thud, thud. The flaming tiger suddenly came to a halt, turning its head to look at Linley on its back. Master, why are you drinking again? I already said that if you get drunk again, hurry up and come down. I don't want to jump into the lake to take a bath. Ah. Look, why are you nagging like a woman now? I'm just drinking some wine. Hurry up and go. Otherwise, you'll be left behind by that group of low-ranked cultivators. You'll really lose face then. Looking at the flaming tiger, Lin Rei quickly changed the topic to Xiaofan and the others who were flying in the distance. Sure enough, after hearing Lin Rei's words, the flaming tiger's eyes shone with an unyielding light. It mustered all its strength and chased forward. Seeing this scene, Lin Rei was also moved. Seeing this, he recited an ancient poem that he had learned in his previous life. His voice was full of wanton and unrestrained unruliness. Don't you see the yellow river's waters come from the sky and rush to the sea, never to return? Don't you see the bright mirror in the hall with sad white hair, like black hair in the morning, like snow in the evening? One must enjoy life to the fullest. Don't let the golden goblet face the moon empty. I'm born to be useful. Money will come back when it's spent. Cooking sheep and slaughtering cows for pleasure. Drinking 300 cups in one go. Mastertsen, Dan Xiusheng, drink up, don't stop drinking. This was an ancient poem from the 21st century that he had learned in school. At this moment, as he drank, Lin Rei couldn't help but recite it. It was accompanied by tears that flowed from his eyes. Sigh, 9 out of 10 things in life don't go your way. Mother, wait for me. Soon, we can go back. After a long, long time, Lin Rei fell asleep with his memories. Lin Rei tightly hugged the empty bottle of wine in his hand to his chest. He frowned with a worried expression. 5 days passed quietly. The scarlet flaming tiger and Xiaofan continued their journey. Finally, on the afternoon of the 5th day, Xiaofan's group arrived at the Gu clan in Cold Cloud Gorge. However, the Gu clan was currently surrounded by a crowd of over 100 people. Seeing this, Xiaofan revealed a bitter smile on his face. I didn't expect the Gu family to be so good at creating momentum. I'm afraid that all the people here are at the same level as those in the central region of the Tianxian continent. Looking at the 100 people, Xiaofan's heart drummed the drum of retreat. Seeing so many cultivators stronger than him and the others, he became timid. Roar! At this moment, a majestic roar came from the flaming tiger's mouth. Suddenly, more than 100 cultivators present all looked in the direction of the flaming tiger. What, this is the flaming tiger? At this time, a slightly older elder turned his head after hearing the roar of the flaming tiger. Suddenly, his eyes widened and were filled with disbelief. Damn, it can't be. I've never heard of a flaming tiger being able to reach the doppelganger stage. At this time, after seeing the flaming tiger, the people present all looked at the flaming tiger with doubtful expressions and started discussing. Roar! The flaming tiger, who was still in the same place, heard the doubts of the people and immediately became angry. It roared at the crowd with spiritual energy. Deafening howls immediately rang out, and aside from the body integration stage cultivators, all of the weaker cultivators covered their ears with pained expressions. Some of the cultivators were even unable to withstand the howls of the crimson flaming tiger and fell to the ground. Humph, beast, how dare you be so impudent in front of this old man? Do you really think this old man can't deal with you? At this moment, the old man saw his grandson groaning in pain on the ground. He quickly released his cultivation and spoke loudly to the scarlet flame tiger. His face was ferocious, and the killing intent in his eyes was not concealed at all. "Humph, old man, even if I gave you 2 guts, you wouldn't dare to touch me. Besides, you're only at the spirit-severing intermediate stage. It's not certain who will kill who." At this time, after hearing the old man's words, the flaming tiger couldn't help but mutter in its heart. Its body moved and rushed at the old man with the fastest speed, as if it wanted to kill him. "Humph, you're courting death." At this time, the old man's magic weapon appeared in his hand. When he saw the flaming tiger rushing at him, he used a martial skill to kill the flaming tiger. Pang, pang, pang. Sounds rang out in the air. The battle between the flaming tiger and the old man was on the verge of breaking out. Although the old man's strength wasn't bad, as Lin Rei's mount, how could he be weak? In the blink of an eye, the scarlet flame tiger and the old man fought several rounds. However, the old man realized that his magic tool couldn't even scratch the scarlet flame tiger's fur. Seeing this, the old man was shocked. After realizing that something was wrong, he quickly retreated. However, would the scarlet flame tiger give up just like that? Roar, the flaming tiger roared and chased after the old man. It didn't give up until it reached the old man's camp. Just as the flaming tiger was about to catch up to the old man, a powerful spiritual energy rushed into the sky and blocked the flaming tiger's attack. "Humph, beast, you dare to touch my equipment, refining Sect's people? Don't you know how to write the word death?" At this time, a senile old man with a head full of white hair walked out from the camp that the old man had escaped into. The old man knew that the flaming tiger could understand him, so he used words to warn it. He didn't have any intention of attacking. "Roar. Roar, humph, beast, I gave you a chance to live and you didn't take it. Don't blame me." Hearing the flaming tiger's disdainful roar, the old man instantly felt that his face had been trampled on. With a face full of anger, he attacked the flaming tiger. With a whoosh, a large hand condensed from spiritual energy appeared in front of the flaming tiger. Roar! 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 When the flaming tiger saw the large hand in front of its eyes, it roared out. Its eyes were filled with the desire to fight to the death as it looked at the large hand. With a bang, what everyone wanted to see didn't happen. The large hand condensed from spiritual energy dissipated in the air when it arrived in front of the flaming tiger. "Humph, you ants dared to hurt my beloved tiger while I was sleeping. Don't you want to live anymore?" A voice that carried the spiritual energy of the next stage of the tribulation transcendent stage entered everyone's ears and instantly caused an uproar. When the old man's spiritual energy palm arrived in front of the flaming tiger, Lin Rei, who was sleeping, was pulled back to reality by the sense of threat. He instantly knew what was going on. After a long time, everyone recovered from Lin Rei's voice. They looked at the figure on the flaming tiger with fear in their eyes. For a moment, everyone was dumbfounded. "Speak, who is it? Who is it that dares to do such a shameless and despicable thing while I was sleeping?" At this time, a pair of cold eyes swept across everyone. After a glance, Lin Rei took out a bottle of wine and poured it into his mouth. After Lin Rei's cold gaze swept across everyone, they instantly collapsed to the ground. It was as if they had just experienced a great battle and exhausted their spiritual energy. "Master, I'm sorry for waking you up." At this time, the flaming tiger looked at Lin Rei, who was sitting on its back, and said with grievance. However, its eyes were filled with excitement. "Humph, you still have the nerve to say that? You're so strong, and you didn't even wake me up? Are you an idiot? Looks like I'll have to train you more in the future. Otherwise, when I'm not around, who knows what kind of powerful cultivators you'll meet. When I'm not around, you won't have such good luck." Hearing Lin Rei's words, the flaming tiger helplessly lowered its large head and looked embarrassed. "Humph, today, I'll let the entire profound sky continent know that you can't touch my, Lin Rei's, people, things, and things. Not to mention, they are my brothers who have accompanied me through life and death." After saying that, Lin Rei's eyes flashed coldly and the invincible divine spear appeared in his hand. In an instant, he arrived beside the old man. The divine spear moved and directly pierced through the old man's chest. In an instant, just an instant, the old man lost his life. Before everyone could regain their senses, Lin Rei had already returned to the flaming tiger's back and was enjoying the wine in his hand. As for the invincible divine spear, it was put away after killing the old man. Ah! A scream broke the silence of the scene. A young girl was kneeling on the ground and crying as she looked at the dead old man. Her face revealed a sorrowful expression. Looking at the old man's death, everyone present looked at Lin Rei, who was sorrowfully tasting the wine on the flaming tiger's back. This youth, who looked like he was 16 or 17 years old, was incomparably shocked. However, the ones who were more shocked were Xiaofan and the others who had been following Lin Rei. When they saw the aura released by Lin Rei, they were instantly dumbfounded, especially Xiaofan. At this moment, Xiaofan was looking at Lin Rei, who was on the flaming tiger's back, with a horrified expression. "I didn't expect Lin Rei to have such strength. I'm afraid that no one in our sect can compare to him." Thinking about how he had been calling Lin Fan Brother Lin for the past few days, Xiaofan couldn't help but shiver. Cold sweat flowed down his face as if it was free of charge. Ding dong, there's no need for the host to waste any more time. This ancient sword tomb no longer has any value. It's better for the host to leave as soon as possible. Just as Lin Rei was tasting the wine, the system's voice suddenly sounded and caught Lin Rei off guard. But after hearing the system's words, Lin Rei was stunned. Chapter 147. Why did you say that there's nothing in the ancient sword tomb that's beneficial to me? Have you entered it before? Lin Rei was puzzled. He had never thought that the system would do such a thing, nor had he ever seen the system do such a thing. Ding dong, beginning to scan the ancient sword tomb. Please wait for a moment. Damn, I have nothing to give you. You're the one who volunteered, it has nothing to do with me. Seeing the system's actions, Lin Rei hurriedly removed himself from this matter. Ding dong, scan complete. Ancient sword tomb, Earth-level secret realm. It used to be a sword-casting pool. Later, it was transformed into a secret realm by a peak Mahayana stage cultivator. There's nothing good in the secret realm. Apart from the Mahayana stage cultivator who left behind some cultivation techniques and treasures, there's nothing else. However, there's a cultivation technique that you might be able to cultivate. After hearing the system's detailed explanation, Lin Rei finally understood that the so-called Qilin sword was just a scam by the Gu family. However, when he thought of the cultivation technique that the system mentioned, Lin Rei asked curiously. What cultivation technique? Tell me about it. The heavenly demon / is a demonic cultivation method. In reality, it is a sword manual. But the most special thing is that this cultivation method uses a strand of your soul to place in another person's body. And that person who obtains your soul will become your puppet, which is another you. But there is no life connection between the two of you. They only have your consciousness, so they can unconditionally obey your orders. Hearing that the system was interested in the demonic / cultivation technique, he hesitated for a moment. He didn't believe that the system would be so kind as to tell him something so important. What are the conditions? Lin Rei asked the system doubtfully. Ding dong, please awaken the system's spirit little dragon within 6 years. As for the other conditions, there are none. If you can't complete it within the stipulated time, the system will take back the 10 billion experience points that were previously given. Damn, I knew it. Hearing the system's words, Lin Rei was completely helpless. He didn't expect the system to be so crafty. It was full of traps. That, can I not accept? No, this is a mission that the system can't give you. If you don't accept it, the system will take back the 10 billion EXP. But the system is also merciful. If you don't accept the mission, the system can only bear the pain and give you the 10 billion EXP. Don't. Every time the system finished speaking, Lin Rei couldn't take it anymore and interrupted it. At that moment, Lin Rei really wanted to die. Sigh, alright, I'll accept it. However, you have to give me that demonic/cultivation technique first, otherwise, I won't accept it. Alright, since the host has accepted the mission, we'll start counting now. The host still has 5 years and 355 days. I hope the host can continue to work hard. Oh, by the way, the demonic / has already been stored in your storage ring. Ha ha ha, after the system's treacherous laughter disappeared, Lin Rei came back to his senses. For a moment, Lin Rei realized that his level was not on the same level as the system's. Every time, he was invisibly thrown into a trap by the system. Damn it, you bastard! Lin Rei looked at the disappearing system and for a moment, he was in a bad mood. However, thinking about the disappearance of the little dragon, Lin Rei's heart throbbed slightly. Lin Rei didn't know that in the outside world, everyone was scheming in their hearts. Some were thinking about how to escape, some were thinking about how to latch onto Lin Rei's thigh, and some were even thinking about how to kill Lin Rei and his companions. Phew, this is so King uncomfortable. I'm the one who gets tricked every time. Can't you let me feel good just once? Really? After returning to reality, Lin Rei grumbled and raised his head to look at the quiet place in front of him. For a moment, Lin Rei smiled. Alright, the previous matter has been resolved. Do what you need to do. I'm just a passerby. Don't mind me. Looking at the crowd, Lin Rei smiled and walked in the direction of Xiaofan and the others. Slowly, 1 step, 2 steps. He wasn't very far in the first place, so it didn't take long for him to arrive in front of Xiaofan and smiled. Brother I'll have to trouble you to lead the way this time. However, I still have some matters to attend to, so I won't be going in. However, I still advise you that there's nothing good here. You'd better go back early. Who knows, this might be a plot by the Gu family. Looking at the crowd, especially when he saw Xiaofan, Lin Rei's eyes filled with fondness made the 5 people present feel a chill down their spines. I understand. Senior, we also have the same idea. Originally, we didn't get the Sect's permission to come here. After coming here, we saw so many experts. Therefore, even if Senior didn't say anything, we would have done the same. Hearing Xiaofan's words, Lin Rei couldn't help but feel disappointed. However, Lin Rei generally recovered from this feeling very quickly. Well, it's good that you know. Seeing that we hit it off so well, if there's anything in the future, go to the Royal Pill City in the west and find a person called Dong Xiaonan in a shop called Jiutian Trading Company. Then, give this token to him and let him tell me. Maybe there's something difficult that I can help with. As Lin Rei spoke, a token appeared in his hand. It was made of a piece of nephrite that wasn't very expensive. Other than the special word Xian in the middle, there was nothing else special about it. Thank you very much. If Junior really has any difficulties when the time comes, I will definitely go to your residence to disturb Senior. Senior, please don't find me annoying when the time comes. At this point, everyone laughed. They weren't as embarrassed and afraid as they had been when they'd found out that Lin Rei was an expert. At this moment, they were chatting more like friends. Well, I won't say much. There are still matters to attend to in the sect, so I'll say my goodbyes here. The green mountains will not change and the clear waters will flow forever. We will meet again someday. With that, Lin Rei sat on the back of the scarlet flame tiger and left without looking back. Xiaofan and the others watched as Lin Rei left. After packing up, they didn't take anything with them. Just like that, the farce came to an end. The originally calm and quiet scene once again became lively after Lin Li left. The Gu family, who was in charge of the ancient sword tomb, even walked out and apologized to everyone. I'm sorry. I didn't know that such an expert would come here. I also didn't expect that something like this would happen. I hope that everyone won't blame me. If there are any losses this time, my Gu family will definitely compensate you according to the price. What do you think of your cultivation? Good. After everyone heard the Gu family's elders' words, they shouted excitedly. Little did they know that the real danger was waiting for them. Whether or not they could get the compensation this time was still a problem. Alright, since everyone agrees, then hurry up and enter the ancient sword tomb secret realm. As long as you obtain something in the ancient sword tomb, I will definitely not stop you. The opportunities are waiting for you to discover them. As he spoke, the old man from the Gu clan pointed at a rock beside him. A ray of spiritual energy shot directly into a groove on the rock. With a swoosh, an entrance appeared out of thin air on the originally empty rock. A vortex emitting a red light appeared. Go. After you enter, all the treasures will be yours. After the elder made an inviting gesture, the 100 or so cultivators seemed to have gone crazy. They rushed towards the vortex without any regard for their lives, as if they were afraid that someone else would be the first to take the treasures. Seeing this scene, the Gu family's elder couldn't help but curl his lips and reveal a bloodthirsty expression. His eyes carried a cold sneer. It was very sinister. Of course, Lin Rei didn't expect this scene. At this moment, Lin Rei had returned to his previous state. At this moment, Lin Rei was sitting on the back of the scarlet flame tiger. After obtaining the demonic slash, he couldn't wait to cultivate it. Slowly, a black aura emerged from Lin Rei's body. It was a spiritual energy that carried the aura of death and killing intent. It was a spiritual energy that didn't belong to gentle and calm. Demonic slash, first slash heaven, second slash earth, third slash origin transformation, divine soul gossamer, heaven withdraw circumference, life, incomprehensible words came out of Lin Rei's mouth. Slowly, the demonic aura grew more and more, and the killing intent became heavier and heavier. Any flowers, plants, and trees that came close to Lin Rei would be instantly corroded by the demonic aura on Lin Rei's body. Ao, an uneasy cry sounded. In an instant, Lin Rei was awakened. He looked at the scarlet flame tiger with a puzzled expression. What's going on? What's wrong with you? Master, you. What kind of cultivation method are you mesmerized by? Why is there such an uncomfortable aura? Hearing Lin Rei's question, the scarlet flame tiger hurriedly told little Tanuki what it was feeling in its heart with a shocked tone. What? You mean, the spiritual energy I just cultivated? Hearing the scarlet flame tiger's words, Lin Rei hurriedly released the spiritual energy from the demonic slash. For a moment, Lin Rei was stunned. What's going on? Why do I have this kind of spiritual energy? Looking at the demonic aura emitted from his body, Lin Rei was stunned for a moment. Ding dong, the host does not need to panic. This is the symbol of cultivating a demonic cultivation technique. It is not a big deal. This is demonic aura, a kind of thing similar to spiritual energy. The only difference is that spiritual energy represents gentleness, while demonic aura represents violence. Killing intent is the representation of killing intent. It is an innate killing energy. Hearing the system's result, Lin Rei was relieved. However, the shocked expression on his face did not disappear. After the system finished explaining, it disappeared again without a trace. Seeing this scene, Lin Rei was not surprised. Hehe, doesn't that mean that with this murderous aura, my attack power will be doubled in the future? Thinking of this, Lin Rei smiled. Chapter 148. Ha ha ha, Lin Rei let out a melodious laugh. In an instant, all the birds and beasts in the surroundings fled in fright. However, don't think that way, host. Perhaps this is still a bad thing. Think about it, in the Tianxian continent, there's basically no one who can threaten you now. Of course, other than a few people, but what if you go to the upper realm? The moment you attack, Black Devil Chi, do you think those so-called righteous cultivators are all dead people? Ugh, after hearing the system's words, Road was speechless for a moment. However, he no longer had a calm expression. Host, the most important thing for you to do now is to hurry back to the sect and train your disciples to become what the system expects them to be. During this period of time, I can do a search to see if there are any primordial fruits growing in the Tianxian continent. If there are, where they are and when they will bear fruit. All of these require time. What, primordial fruits? You can find them? After hearing the system's words, Lin Rei was instantly excited. A glint flashed across his eyes. That's right. When you needed the primordial fruits, I began to search the entire profound sky continent. Previously, I sensed the aura of the primordial fruits, but it requires time. So, during this period of time, you will only be on your own. Don't do anything dangerous. At the same time, hurry up and cultivate. If your cultivation speed is faster and slower, the little dragon will awaken quickly. Yes, I know. Go ahead. During this period of time, I will return to the sect and promote them to the nascent soul stage. When the time comes, I will be able to complete the mission. After agreeing to the system's request, Linley urged the Scarlet Flame Tiger to quickly gallop towards the sect. As for the system, after Linley's agreement, it went silent, leaving only its voice. Time passed quickly, and a month passed in the blink of an eye. Linley and the Flaming Tiger had been traveling for a long time. Along the way, Linley didn't mistreat his mouth because he was traveling too fast. Just like before, whenever he saw a restaurant with good food, Linley would stop and walk in. Only after he had eaten his fill would he be able to continue. Of course, wine was indispensable. Finally, 1 month later, Linley finally returned to the Royal Pill City, his own territory, in the western region. Phew, I'm finally back. I haven't seen Xiaoyu for so long. I wonder how she forgot. How's little brother's business going? And little Tian, I wonder what level his cultivation has reached. At this moment, Lin Rei was standing on top of the Royal Pill City's city gate. He was so excited that he was almost talking to himself. Arg! Master, aren't we back already? With your current cultivation, you can teleport to where you want to go, so there's no need for that. Besides, if Xiaoyu knows that you're back, she'll be very happy. You're right. But now that we're back, there's no need to use our cultivation to travel. You can go to the Xuanzong sect first. I'll go take a look at the Nine Heavens Trading Company first. How could I forget? After speaking to the Scarlet Flaming Tiger, Linley lifted his foot and walked into the city. As for the Scarlet Flaming Tiger, it followed Linley's orders and walked directly towards the mysterious sect in the Lingtian Forbidden Zone. Ah, I didn't expect it to change so much in such a short time. After Lin Rei walked in, he saw a completely different scene. It was completely different from when he left. The street stalls were no longer there, and the places where there used to be no shops were now bustling streets. Seeing this scene, Lin Rei smiled. After asking the passers-by, he went to the Nine Heavens Trading Company. On the way to the Nine Heavens Trading Company, Lin Rei was pleasantly surprised. Not only had the city gate changed, but the streets had also become more prosperous. Most of the streets were for cultivators, and there were very few ordinary people. When Lin Rei arrived at the Nine Heavens Trading Company, Lin Rei smiled. This was because he saw a trading company that was far larger than he had imagined. Ah, I didn't expect young brother to be so good at managing a trading company. It's only been a little more than a year, and you've already managed to make it so big. As expected of a descendant of a merchant. After sighing with emotion, Lin Rei walked into the trading company. The bustling decorations were not any worse than those in the Middle Continent. In fact, they were much more prosperous than those in the Middle Continent. Young master, you look unfamiliar. This must be your first time visiting our Nine Heavens Trading Company. Our Nine Heavens Trading Company can be said to have everything. We are divided into several areas: cultivation methods, medicinal pills, talismans, magic formations, materials, spiritual herbs, artifacts, and so on. If you are not satisfied with the things here, we can go to the second floor. Our second floor has. As soon as Linley entered, an attendant came before Linley, enthusiastically introducing the Nine Heavens Trading Company to Linley. The smile on his face was so wide that it was almost as wide as a chrysanthemum flower. Young master, our second floor has things that are even more valuable than the first floor. As long as you tell me how much you want, I will take you there. Finally, Lin Rei saw that the attendant had stopped talking. He quickly smiled and said, No need. I'm here to look for your president. I'm good friends with him. As long as you tell him that someone called Lin Rei is looking for him, he will know. Oh? Our president? After hearing Lin Rei's words, the smile on the attendant's face disappeared and his brows wrinkled. Yes, why can't I? Seeing the unwilling look on the attendant's face, Linley felt a bit disappointed. Thinking back to the enthusiasm of the previous attendant, the difference was like the difference between the heavens and the earth. No, it's just that our president is not here. Yes, our president is not here. How about you come back another day? Oh? Your president is not here? Hearing the attendant's words, Lin Rei frowned. Before Lin Rei came in, he had already used his divine sense to investigate the entire Nine Heavens Trading Company. The young man, the president of the Nine Heavens Trading Company, was in the inner courtyard. Therefore, the so-called just thought he was not here was just an excuse. Yes, our president went out to handle some matters, so, feeling the coldness in Lin Rei's eyes, the man's tone of speaking became a little bit worse. His eyes also wavered and avoided Lin Rei's gaze, as if he was afraid that Lin Rei would see through his lie. Young man, actually, Lin Rei, I am in the hall of the trading company. However, it seems that the employees you are taking care of are not ideal. Just when the attendant was talking to Lin Rei's words. Dong Xiaonan, who was working in the office, heard it. What? The sudden voice startled Dong Xiaonan, who was working in the office. After coming back to his senses, Dong Xiaonan's expression changed. He quickly stood up and rushed to the hall of the trading company. Are you sure your president is not here? If I find him, what do you think I should do? After finding out about Dong Xiaonan's actions, Linley smiled and said to the attendant, looking as if he wouldn't give up. I already said that our president is not here. What's wrong with you? If you continue like this, I will have to call the guards. Guards, this person is causing trouble in our trading company. Hurry and chase him out. Seeing that Lin Rei was unmoved, the attendant's smile turned into a sneer and disdain as he looked at the guards upstairs and said, "Swish! Swish!" In an instant, two men appeared in front of Lin Rei. However, these two men had their backs facing Lin Rei. What's going on? Who is causing trouble here? Hearing the two guards' words, the attendant didn't dare to neglect and said to the two guards, "Sir, it is the boy behind you. He came here to cause trouble and said that he wants to see the president. He also said that the president is his friend." The attendant provocatively pointed his finger at Lin Rei, as if he wanted to see what would happen to him. Oh! When the two guards heard the servant's words, they pointed at the servant's finger and turned to look at Linley, who was beaming at them. When they saw Linley, their entire bodies trembled, and they immediately knelt down on the ground, trembling as they kowtowed to Linley. This subordinate pays his respects to the sect master. I didn't know that the sect master would be here, and yet they dare to be so presumptuous in front of the sect master. They deserve to die. Please punish them, sect master. His words completely stunned everyone present, be it those upstairs or downstairs. Those who already knew that the two guards were out-of-body stage cultivators were also stunned on the spot. What? Sirs, are you sure you're not mistaken? How could he? Seeing the two guards kneeling on the ground, the attendant's legs went weak and he fell to the ground. His eyes were filled with disbelief as he shouted at the two kneeling guards. "All right, you two can get up." At this moment, the expressionless Linley stood in place, looking at the two kneeling people who had just returned. A smile appeared on his face as he allowed them to stand up. "Yes, sect master." At this time, Dong Xiaonan, the president of the Nine Heavens Trading Company, walked out and apologized to Lin Rei with an embarrassed expression. "Sect master, I'm really sorry. It's my fault for not being strict with the people in Sky Xian. Everything is my fault. Please punish me, sect master." Seeing this scene, everyone present finally believed it. However, they still had a question in their hearts, and that was the sect that Lin Rei and Dong Xiaonan were talking about. They had never heard of a sect that had a 16 or 17-year-old youth as its sect master. It's fine. It's already not easy for you to run the trading company so well in a year. As for the people from the other factions, leave them to me to deal with. Actually, you don't have to be so tired. After all, you are still my brother, Lin Rei. Hearing Linley's words, the two guards came to their senses, hurriedly grabbing the attendant and walking out. Chapter 149. All right, the matter is settled. Let's go to the back and talk about it. After the simple matter was settled, Lin Rei took the lead and walked in. Dong Xiaonan stood there in a daze, his mind still replaying Lin Rei's words. What's wrong with you? Lin Rei, who had walked to the staircase, felt something was wrong with Dong Xiaonan and turned back to ask in confusion. Oh, nothing. Let's go in and talk. Dong Xiaonan came back to his senses. After hearing Lin Rei's words, he hurriedly chased after them. Those who had not bought anything in the Nine Heavens trading firm also returned to their previous state after seeing the two main characters leave. Those who had to buy, those who had to look, continued to look. However, they all had one more topic to talk about, and that was which sect Lin Rei and Dong Xiaonan belonged to. Soon, Lin Rei followed Dong Xiaonan to a place where they could rest. Once they entered the room, Lin Rei found a place to sit down. Sect leader, this is the Nine Heavens trading firm's account book for the past year. Last year, the trading firm earned a total of 60 million spirit stones. Of course, a portion of it came from things that the sect did not have. Dong Xiaonan walked in and took out the sect leader's account book. After reporting last year's profits, he handed the account book to Lin Rei. Hee, what are you doing? Didn't I tell you before? We are brothers. When we are in the sect, you can call me sect leader because that is just for show. Now that we are in private, just call me Brother Lei. As for these account books, even if you give them to me, I don't know how to look at them. Besides, since I handed the trading firm over to you to manage, it means that I trust you. So in the future, you don't have to say such things anymore. Looking at the account book in front of him, Lin Rei pretended to be unhappy and said to Dong Xiaonan in front of him. I know. Lei. Brother Lei. Hearing Lin Rei's words, Dong Xiaonan took back the account book and raised his head. His eyes were filled with gratitude as he looked at Lin Rei. However, when he spoke, he stuttered a little. Yes, that's right. Lin Rei felt much better when he heard his younger brother say that to him. Okay, you can do it. You can tell me about the changes in the sect during my absence. As he spoke, Lin Li waved his hand, gesturing for Dong Xiaonan to sit by his side, then asked. Oh, it's nothing much. It's just that not long after you left, little you came back. She even brought along 2 of your new disciples. After that, many people came one after another. They all said that they had your permission and they even had your token. Of course, when I saw your token, I naturally did as you said and let them enter the profound sect. Hearing Dong Xiaonan's words, Lin Rei nodded. He knew that those people must be from the Snow sect and the elf tribe that he let them come here. Later, the sect fell into chaos. The newcomers were assigned to the southernmost part of the valley. Pills, cultivation methods, martial arts techniques, and spiritual spells were all provided to them according to your instructions. During the past year, their cultivation soared. Any one of the people who were trained by you can be an expert outside. Jian Wei and Bai Qi brought back hundreds of disciples from their adventures. Now, Yu Ming and the others are training. There are already thousands of online disciples in the sect. After learning what had happened in the sect in the past year, Lin Rei smiled but didn't express too much. He just narrowed his eyes. Well, it's time to reorganize the sect. After that, Lin Rei asked his younger brother some unimportant questions and stepped on the transmission formation to the Xuanzong sect. At this moment, in a valley in the Ling Tian forbidden zone of the western continent, it was bustling with activity. Some people were playing around, some were cultivating, and some were even sparring with each other. Suddenly, in an inconspicuous place, a bright light shone and a figure appeared. Oh, I'm finally back. It was Lin Rei, who had used the transmission formation to return from the Jiutian Trading Company. However, at this time, Lin Rei was deeply moved. He was moved by the transmission formation and the feeling of home here. Raising his head to look forward, Lin Li sent his divine sense outwards. For a moment, the scene of the mountain valley clearly appeared in Lin Li's mind, including everyone's movements. Roar! At this moment, a dragon's roar came from the depths of the valley. The next moment, a man in a black robe appeared in front of Lin Rei. Huh, Black Dragon, don't you recognize me? Hearing the dragon's roar, Lin Rei knew that the little golden dragon was cultivating in the cloud pagoda. In the entire valley, besides the black dragon, there was basically no one else who could sense his aura. Oh, I didn't expect it. I thought it was a powerhouse just now. I really didn't expect it to be you. TSK, how incredible. It's only been a year since we last met. You've already become so strong. Looking at Lin Li, the black dragon revealed a look of jealousy. He wanted nothing more than to immediately charge forward and pry open Lin Li's head to see just what it was that could allow his cultivation base to rise so quickly. Damn, don't look at me like that. I'm a straight man. I don't like people like you. After saying that, Lin Li made a look of disdain. Black Dragon was so angry that he almost spat out a mouthful of blood. At the same time, he looked at Linley with a look of disdain. Damn, you also know how to be humorous. I thought you only knew one expression. Looking at Lin Rei's expression, the Black Dragon came to a conclusion. In this year, Lin Rei must have experienced a lot. If not, Lin Rei wouldn't speak like that. What expression? Upon hearing the Black Dragon's words, Lin Rei couldn't help but ask curiously. Heh, what expression can it be? Facial paralysis, of course. After saying that, the Black Dragon didn't stay any longer and left in a flash. After hearing the Black Dragon's words, Lin Rei's reaction was the same as the Black Dragon's, and he immediately chased after the Black Dragon. Just like this, the two of them chased and ran. In the end, as though both of them were tired, they drove to a clean pavilion. Lin Rei retrieved 2 bottles of 100-flower wine from his storage ring and lifted his head to gulp it down. Phew. Awesome. I didn't expect you to learn how to drink after going out for a year. Moreover, it's such a good wine. The Black Dragon was also a person who couldn't be happy without alcohol. After seeing the wine that Lin Rei took out, he was astonished for a moment and gulped it down. Instantly, a spicy feeling flowed from his throat to his stomach. His face revealed an expression of enjoyment. Sigh. Next, you need to cultivate properly. Once I find something, we can leave this place. When the time comes, there will be many cultivators stronger than you. Perhaps even the weakest among them will be able to squash you to death with a single finger. The sudden words stunned the Black Dragon who was drinking. His hand that was holding the bottle stopped in the air and his face revealed a trace of worry. Yes, indeed. With my current strength, it's indeed not enough to survive in the upper realm. Suddenly, the atmosphere became quiet, which made the two of them a little unaccustomed. Alright, take this. It's all for the 100-flower wine. From tomorrow onwards, you should prepare to go into seclusion. As for guarding the sect, I think the sect's current strength is something that even the Central Continent sects can't compare to. Yes, that's right. The current sect can be said to be able to unify the entire profound sky continent. Sigh. It seems that it's time for me to go into seclusion. The Black Dragon took the storage ring from Lin Rei's hand and turned around to walk towards the Cloud Tower without looking back. I'm looking forward to seeing you again. But by then, I wonder how strong your cultivation will be? After watching the Black Dragon leave, Lin Rei stayed in the pavilion for a while. Then, he ordered all the higher-ups to wait in the meeting hall. Lin Rei teleported to the meeting hall and sat down on the seat that was specially made for him. Everyone knew that Lin Rei had returned because they had already seen the Scarlet Tiger return. Therefore, when they heard Lin Rei's order, they weren't surprised. Soon, a few minutes after Lin Rei finished speaking, all the higher-ups of the Xuanzong sect arrived at the meeting hall. When they saw Lin Rei sitting on the seat of the sect leader, they all knelt on the ground and kowtowed to Lin Rei. We pay our respects to the sect leader. We hope that the sect leader's cultivation will continue to progress for generations to come. Seeing everyone kneeling on the ground, Lin Rei hurriedly asked them to stand up and said with a smile, everyone, please rise. Since everyone is here, I'll just say it. You all know that last year, I brought back some people from the outside. Therefore, I've decided to reorganize the Xuanzong sect. After hearing Linley's words, the people below all revealed looks of approval. Not a single person objected. Seeing this scene, Linley smiled and nodded, very pleased. Well, since everyone agrees, let's begin. I'll be in charge of the dark department of the Xuanzong sect. The dark department is a special existence. Normally, it won't appear. However, when there are traitors or strong enemies in the sect, I'll send it out. No matter where they are, they will be hunted down by the dark department. Shui Wushuang, you'll be in charge of the information department. As for the manpower, you can choose from the hundreds of disciples that Jian Wei just brought back. Together with your disciples, I think it should be enough. Hearing Lin Rei's resignation, Shui Wushuang hurriedly knelt on the ground in excitement. Yes, I'll do as you say. I won't let you down, sect leader. Seeing that Shui Wushuang agreed, Lin Rei nodded with a smile. Then he turned to Bai Yu and Dan Yunzi and said. Dan Yunzi will be in charge of the alchemy department. After all, they used to be a sect that focused on alchemy. As for Bai Yu, you'll be a deacon in the alchemy department. Hearing Lin Rei's order, Dan Yunzi and Bai Yu hurriedly returned to the ground and thanked him. Thank you for your trust, sect leader. I'm Dan Yunzi, Bai Yu. I won't be convinced by your expectations. Chapter 150. Well, you can stand up. Looking at the two kneeling Dan Yunzi, Lin Rei nodded and asked them to stand up. Then, he turned to Kajol, the chief of the elf clan. Kajol, you elves are good at arrays, so I'll set up a special array division, which will be in charge of the disciples who specialize in arrays. After a while, you can go to Jian Wei and pick up some disciples, and then you can go back and accompany them. You won't be short of elixirs and cultivation methods. You can also teach them about arrays. From now on, they will be under your charge. Of course, I'll ask someone to build some palaces for you later, so you won't have to live in the depths of the valley. Jian Wei and Bai Qi will be in charge of the combat division. You can choose the members of the combat division, or you can train them yourself. I hope that there will be more and more people in the combat division, because the safety of the Xuanzong sect will depend on the combat division. As for the expenses of the sect, Dong Xiaonan will be responsible for them. And from now on, Dong Xiaonan will be an elder of the sect. By the way, Elder Dong will be assigned some strong masters to guard the business. The business division, a division that earns expenses and cultivation resources for you, will also be in charge of Elder Dong Xiaonan. The law enforcement hall will be under the charge of Ming and Tian Yun. They will pick some people who know right from wrong and let them become law enforcers of the law enforcement hall. No matter who makes a mistake in the sect, the law enforcement hall will punish them. Lin Tian will be in charge of the skill teaching hall, but all the cultivation methods must be accepted by Lin Tian. From now on, Lin Tian will be the deacon of the Xuanzong sect. Anyone who disobeys him will be killed without mercy. Speaking of this, Lin Rei's eyes emitted a strong and substantial murderous intent, which instantly suppressed everyone present. It came and went quickly. It was just a moment, but at this moment, everyone below was tormented by Jean Lei's murderous aura. Of course, there's also the library. My tamed red flaming tiger will guard it. As long as there is a personal order from Lin Tian, the red flaming tiger will accept it. Another Grand Supreme Elder of the Danzong sect will be in charge of the magical artifacts. As for the rest, let Dong Xiaonan handle it. In the future, we'll follow what I said just now. Of course, there are many more above these few departments. Because the sect has too few people now, it's like this. Yes, we will definitely follow sect master's orders. If we disobey, we will be struck by 10,000 lightning bolts and our souls will be refined in the 9 underworlds. After hearing Lin Rei's assignment, all of them knelt on the ground and swore an oath to Lin Rei. Their crimson voices resounded throughout the entire valley. Ha ha ha. Alright, let's get back to work. Little Tian, Lin Tian is here. Yes, sect leader. We'll take our leave. After hearing Lin Rei's orders, everyone left except for Lin Tian. Seeing everyone leave, Lin Rei quickly stood up from his seat and went to Lin Tian's side. He said guiltily, "Little Tian, I didn't protect you well back then. After I left that day, I was worried about you. Now that I see you, I'm relieved. But don't worry, I won't let you be in danger again. It's nothing, young master. Besides, didn't you tell me to leave first? A small cultivator like me can just find a place to hide. Later, I couldn't find you in the surrounding area for a long time, so I returned to the Xuanzong sect. Hearing Lin Rei's words, Lin Tian was very moved. He couldn't help but cry. All right, don't cry. From this matter, I can tell that your cultivation is not enough. So in the future, you will follow my disciples and cultivate. When the time comes, I will personally supervise your cultivation. I believe that in a year, you will have the ability to protect yourselves. As he spoke, Linley's lips couldn't help but curl upwards, revealing an evil expression. When Lin Tian saw this, he wasn't afraid at all. Instead, he felt warmth in his heart. Yes, I will definitely work hard in the future and strive to have the ability to protect myself and young master as soon as possible. Seeing Lin Tian's stubborn expression, Lin Rei smiled and walked outside with Lin Tian. After leading Lin Tian and Lin Rei back to his residence, he saw Bing waiting by the door. Bing's eyes glinted with anxiety. Ice. Looking at Ice, Linley called out softly. His tone was full of tenderness. If Linley's opponents were here to see this scene, they would definitely think that this young man was not their enemy, Linley. Boo-hoo. Young master, you're finally back. Ice, who was standing in front of the door, heard Linley's call. All the grievances and longing in her heart couldn't help but burst into tears. She cried very sadly. Seeing this scene, Linley shrugged his shoulders and showed a helpless look. Little Tian, go to the cloud tower and inform those little fellas to wait for me in the training field tomorrow. I will let them experience what true cultivation is. Gazing at Lin Tian, Lin Rei instructed. However, Lin Tian nodded and headed for the cloud tower. How sensible. After Lin Tian left, Lin Rei went up to Bing and gently wiped the tears off her face. Then, he held her hand and led her into the room. Lin Rei didn't sense any dust in the room. It was apparent that this little lass had been cleaning the room after he left. Bing, I'm sorry. I was too busy a few years ago. I didn't care about your feelings and neglected your feelings. It's my fault. Don't worry. When everything calms down in the future, I will love you and cherish you. I won't let you suffer any grievances. Yes, I know you are very busy. I don't expect you to always be by my side. As long as you occasionally think of me, I will be very satisfied. Hearing Lin Rei's words, Bing cried. But this time, it wasn't tears of longing, but tears of happiness. With a smile on her face, she leaned on Lin Rei's chest and sobbed. Silly girl. Hearing Bing's words, Lin Rei's hand stroked Bing's hair and said guiltily. For a very long time, Bing and Lin Rei maintained this posture. After a long time, Bing sat up from Lin Rei's embrace. Looking at Lin Rei's appearance, Bing smiled and appeared very happy. Okay, look at what I brought back for you. Looking at Bing, Lin Rei quickly took out a white lady's dress and placed it in front of Bing. Does it look good? This is something your husband obtained with great difficulty. It is called Water Flower Clear Moon. It is a low-grade immortal tool. With your current cultivation at the peak of crossing tribulation stage, you can only use low-grade immortal tools. If I give you something higher, I'm afraid you won't be able to use it. When Bing saw the things Lin Rei took out, her eyes were filled with surprise. When she was about to reach out to take it, Lin Rei stopped her. Why are you wearing it now? Your husband will personally help you wear it tomorrow. There is no hurry. As he spoke, Linley took out a set of items. Every single one of these items was extraordinary, and every single one of them would cause a storm of carnage if he took them out. Bing, this is a crystal crown, a low-grade immortal tool. It has the ability to defend. These are the Water Phoenix Hairpin, the Crystal Boots, and the Water Spirit Moon Sword, which is also an immortal tool. These are all part of Water Flower Clear Moon. As long as you wear them, even a Mahayana realm cultivator won't be able to hurt you. After the introduction, Lin Rei put everything aside and took Bing into his arms. How is it? Young master gave you a gift. Is it a good thing? Well, as long as it is a gift from young master, I like it. Hearing Lin Rei's words, Bing quickly responded. Oh, get used to it. After that, Lin Rei's hands began to wander. His hands kept stroking Bing's body. Young master, don't, it is still daytime. It is not good to let others hear it. Feeling Lin Rei's desire, Bing's face showed a blush and said to Lin Rei. Oh, don't worry. When I came in again, I set up a restriction on this house. Not to mention you, even a Mahayana realm cultivator may not be able to break it. After that, Lin Rei no longer had any worries and began to play adult games with Bing. Throughout the night, Lin Rei's bed kept making noises. It was not until dawn that the noises stopped. At this time, Bing was lying in Lin Rei's arms, sweating. One of her hands was rubbing Lin Rei's chest, and the blush on her face did not fade. Young master, will you go out again? I mean, will you go out to do things? The sudden question stunned Lin Rei. At this time, Lin Rei did not know how to answer this woman who had been waiting for him. Ah. I know. Seeing Lin Rei's expression, Bing knew how stupid she was to ask this question. After getting the answer, a trace of disappointment appeared on Bing's face. I'm sorry, I still have a very important thing to do. But don't worry, after leaving the Tianxian continent, I will take you to live a peaceful life. In that world, there is my mother, my brother, and my sister. At that time, I will introduce you to my mother and let her know that you are my, Lin Rei's woman. After hearing Lin Li's words, the disappointment on Ice's face disappeared. Instead, it was replaced by a bashful expression. The two snuggled like this until dawn. Both of them did not sleep, especially Bing. She wanted to sleep, but she was afraid that all this was a dream, so she persisted until now. Well, it's morning. I will let those little bastards wait for me at the training field. I want to go too. Seeing that the sky was bright, Lin Rei told Bing about today's task, but before he could finish, he was interrupted by Bing. Okay, then get up. By the way, I will fulfill my promise yesterday. Seeing Bing's determined eyes, Lin Rei did not refuse. He showed a wicked smile to Bing and then began to put on his clothes. Bing was waiting for Lin Rei to promise her. Chapter 151. Come on. I will definitely do what I promised. Lin Rei, who was neatly dressed, turned around, wearing the clothes called Shuihua Jingyue, and came in front of Bing and said with an evil look. N. Seeing Lin Rei's appearance, Bing did not hesitate and stood up directly. She did not wear any clothes and came in front of Lin Rei, closed her eyes and waited for Lin Rei to do whatever he wanted. Oh, don't close your eyes, open them and look at me. Hearing Lin Rei's words, Bing opened her eyes and saw Lin Rei looking at her with doting eyes. Seeing this, Bing's face showed a trace of shyness. Slowly, Lin Rei began to dress Bing clumsily. Of course, it was inevitable that Lin Rei would touch her halfway. Finally, after 10 minutes, Lin Rei put Shuihua Jingyue on Bing's body, and then began to dress Bing with other things. An hour later, she was wearing clothes and shoes, combing her hair, putting on a crown, and some miscellaneous things like a jade waist pendant. Phew, it's really not easy. In the future, I won't agree to your request so casually. Compared to this, I would rather have a big fight with the strong in the yard. Looking at the neatly dressed Bing, Lin Rei reached out and touched the sweat on his hand, complaining. Humph, I don't care. If you are enough, I will make you dress me every day, and tie my hair and wear a crown. Hearing Bing's words, Lin Rei was completely helpless. With a bitter face, he took Bing's hand and came to the training field. Oh, so everyone's here? I thought it would take a long time to wait for you all. Holding Bing, Lin Rei came to the training field and looked at his 5 apprentices and brother Lin Tian standing neatly in the training field. He could not help but tease. Master, young master, we have been here for a long time. You said you would get up early. Look at what time it is now, obviously you have eaten. When Wan Yu saw the arrival of Lin Rei and Bing, she didn't give them any face and directly used sarcastic words to refute Lin Rei. For a moment, after everyone heard Wan Yu's words, they revealed a "you're awesome" expression, but no one dared to say it out loud. Lin Rei was even more embarrassed. After hearing Wan Yu's words, he couldn't help but turn his head to look at Bing, who was next to him. But in the next moment, Lin Rei let out a scream that was even more miserable than a pig being slaughtered. It turned out that when Lin Rei looked at Lin Rei, Bing's hand went directly to Lin Rei's waist. She used a unique woman's martial skill, pinching flower finger. In an instant, the piece of flesh that was grabbed by Bing turned 360 times. However, what Bing did not know was that Lin Rei's body was already at the peak of the precious tool level. How could he be afraid of such a little injury? Lin Rei was afraid of hurting Bing, so he deliberately removed the defense of that area. Even so, Lin Rei was only cooperating with Bing's shout. Looking at their master, young master, everyone didn't know what to say for a moment. Even the initiator, Bing, turned her head away with a blushing face and acted as if she didn't know him. It's nothing. It's just that master ate something bad last night, so his stomach hurts a little today. Even Lin Rei himself didn't believe what he said, let alone Wan Yu and the others. Cough, cough. Alright, back to the topic. I guess little Tian has already told all of you. This time, I came back to fulfill my responsibility as a master. So, in the coming days, I will train all of you. Of course, you can also scold me behind my back, but don't let me know. After hearing Lin Rei's words, everyone couldn't help but shiver. A cold wind blew past their backs, making them shudder. Then, I won't say any more nonsense. For the next month, the 2 of you will change all of your equipment and robes to the lowest grade. Then, each of you will carry a piece and run around the entire valley. I'll let you relax a little on the first day. Let's start with 20 laps. Everyone stared at Linley, puzzled, as though they didn't understand what was going on. Humph. All of you only know how to cultivate your spiritual energy, but you don't pay attention to your physical body. I believe that your physical body will bleed if you use an ordinary sword. But, as my disciples, not only do you have to cultivate your spiritual energy to the peak, but you also have to improve your physical body. This will be beneficial for you in the future. What he did next caused everyone present to be shocked. As he spoke, Linley pulled out a treasure-level long sword from his storage ring, then chopped down with all his strength on his arm. Ah! Screams came from the mouths of Bing and Wan Yu. But when they opened their eyes, they didn't see what they imagined. At this moment, the long sword in Linley's hand was slicing across his arm. Unlike what they had imagined, there was no blood spurting out. Instead, there was only a shallow white mark where he had sliced. Do you see? This is your master's strength. I have a body at the peak of treasure. So, master doesn't expect you to be like master, but at the very least, you must be impenetrable. As Linley spoke, a look of arrogance appeared in his eyes as he stared at the crowd. Bam, 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 bam. After 6 loud bangs, 6 huge pits appeared on the ground. 6,000-pound boulders were placed in front of Wan Yu's group. Do you see? This is your task today. Carry this boulder and run around the valley 20 times. Only then can you stop and rest. If I find out that you don't work hard to cultivate. Humph, Scarlet Tiger. Looking at them, Lin Rei directly called out the Scarlet Tiger and said to it, in a while, you will watch them cultivate. Everyone has to carry this boulder and run 20 laps around the valley. If someone is lazy, you don't have to worry about me. You can play however you want. Ah. Master, don't. When everyone heard Lin Li's words, they reacted. But it was too late. The scarlet flaming tiger was emitting the power of a divine clone, glaring at Wan Yu and the others. It seemed to be saying, if you don't run, then don't blame me. Okay, let's start. After saying that, Lin Rei found a comfortable place and took out an armchair from his storage ring. He also took out a table and placed it next to him. On the table, there was a lot of wine. Oh, so comfortable. TSK. Lin Rei didn't look at Wan Yu and the others. Instead, he directly laid on the armchair and comfortably held a bottle of wine and slowly tasted it. His face revealed an expression of enjoyment. However, Lin Rei's actions completely fell into the eyes of Wan Yu and the others. It really made them angry. Humph, smelly master, you don't love Wan Yu anymore. Wan Yu made a face at Lin Rei. She first acted like a senior sister and came to the side of the boulder. With difficulty, she carried the boulder and slowly jogged. Then, Lin Tian and the others slowly carried the boulder one by one and began to run around the valley. The first lap didn't feel anything, but by the 4th lap, everything changed. Ah! Why? Why is it so heavy? Among the 6 people, only Wan Yu was complaining, while Lin Xuanyuan's face was tense. Sweat flowed freely from his head as he muttered to himself. No. No. I can't fall. I can't fall. I want to become stronger. I want to protect my sister. I want to become stronger. Looking at this thought, Lin Tian had been holding on. However, the others weren't like him. Lin Tian didn't feel anything, but he felt that his muscles were a little sore. As for other feelings, he didn't feel anything. Hee, it seems that I still underestimated you. At this moment, lying on the armchair and squinting at everyone, Lin Rei muttered with a smile. Young master, aren't you being too harsh on Xiao Yu? Even so, Xiao Yu is still a girl. At this moment, Ice couldn't stand it anymore. Originally, when Lin Rei wasn't around, Xiao Yu was the closest to her. Seeing Xiao Yu suffering now, Ice couldn't stand it anymore. Oh, it's okay. You have to remember that in the world of cultivation, there is no difference between men and women. There is only the level of cultivation. If your cultivation is low, then when you meet a strong person, it will be them who will die. I don't want to collect their corpses in the future, so I'd rather be harsh on them now. It doesn't matter even if they hate me. After saying that, Lin Rei didn't say anything else. He just kept pouring wine into his mouth. His face revealed an evil smile as he looked at the people running. Hurry up, whoever finishes first, I'll give this bottle of water to him. At the same time, I'll help him recover from the soreness in his body. Looking at everyone, Lin Rei said casually, but in the ears of Wan Yu and the others, it was very tempting. In an instant, everyone's strength was stimulated. The only thing that was missing was Lin Rei's wine and the condition that could instantly recover their bodies. Everyone began their final sprint. Although it was a sprint, it was as slow as a snail. They were all fighting for Lin Rei's condition. Ah! At this moment, Xiao Yu didn't know where she got her strength from, but it suddenly burst out. She used all her strength to finish the last lap, but at this time, Xiao Yu was so tired that she was lying on the ground without any strength. I didn't expect it. Xiao Yu, since you are the first to finish the task, then Master will not go back on his words. Coming to Xiao Yu's side, Lin Rei sighed. Then, he took out a water cloud pill from his storage ring and directly stuffed it into Xiao Yu's mouth. The moment the water cloud pill entered Xiao Yu's mouth, it turned into a gentle energy and began to heal the injuries caused by running with the stone on her back. Chapter 152. 5 minutes later, after Lin Wanyu's injuries were completely healed by the water cloud pill, Lin Rei brought the reward to her. However, Lin Rei replaced the original wine with a red fruit. Wow, I know that Master loves me the most. Seeing the fruit handed over by her master, Wanyu knew that this fruit must be a very amazing spirit fruit, so she ate it without thinking. As for the other 5 people, when they passed by with stones on their backs, they looked at Lin Wanyu with longing in their eyes. Junior brother estranged, why don't you come over and eat some? This fruit is very delicious. Wanyu didn't know if she was embarrassed by being stared at, but when she saw Estranged passing by, she handed the red fruit that she had just eaten to him. Estranged really wanted to eat it, but when he saw his master's eyes, he decisively gave up. No, senior sister, I didn't complete the task set by master, so I'm not qualified to eat it. After saying that, Alienated continued to carry the 1,000-pound boulder forward. Similarly, Wanyu also said the same thing to her junior brothers and sisters, as well as Lin Tian. However, everyone was the same as Alienated and rejected Wanyu's good intentions. Okay, hurry up and eat it. This is good stuff. The market price of this fruit is a few thousand high-grade spirit stones, so hurry up and eat it, don't leave any residue. Seeing this scene, Linli said to Wanyu with a smile and then returned to the armchair. He looked like a local landlord in ancient times, and Bing also gave Linli the bottles of wine. They looked so alike. Hurry up, why are you so slow? Do you want to add more laps? Lin Rei, who was lying on the chair, saw their hesitation, and the anger in his heart instantly turned into anger. He shouted at the remaining disciples who were running. Yes, master, young master. After the 5 people who were running felt Lin Rei's anger, they quickly ran with all their strength. However, at this time, the clansmen couldn't keep up with the previous rhythm. At this time, their feet seemed to be filled with lead, incomparably heavy, and even deliberately a little difficult. Master, I've finished eating. At this time, Wanyu, who had finished eating the fire yuan fruit, happily came to Lin Rei's side and reported to him. Well, since you've recovered your strength, let's quickly carry the stones and run laps. But this time, Master will make it more difficult for you. Let's not run 20 laps this time. Let's run 30 laps earlier. What do you think? What? 30 laps? Originally, he thought that after running 20 laps, everything would be fine. He didn't expect that there would be such a big pit ahead. When Wanyu heard her master's words, she curled up her legs and looked at Lin Rei with fear in her heart. She begged, Master, don't run. I just finished running. Look at me. Just as Wanyu was about to say that he felt uncomfortable all over, she realized that this was the reason why Lin Rei had given her the water cloud pill. Do you think I wouldn't be able to think of it? Stop pretending. You're doing great now, and you're full of energy. Stop talking nonsense and go. After he finished speaking, Lin Rei waved his sleeve and sent Wanyu to the side of the 1,000-pound boulder. Ah! Master is a bad guy. Master doesn't keep his word. Seeing that it was inevitable, Wan Yu carried the boulder and began sprinting for the 30th lap. However, when she carried it again, Wan Yu found that it wasn't as heavy as the first time. Feeling this, Wan Yu became excited. Just as Wan Yu sprinted for the 30th lap, Lin Tian and the other 4 finished 20 laps and returned to Lin Rei's side. Their faces and ears were red, and they were panting heavily, as if they were lacking oxygen. Alright, now's the time. Eat this and drink some wine. When you run again, you'll feel that it's much easier this time. Looking at them, Lin Rei took out the same portion that he had given to Wan Yu before and gave them 5 portions. Then, he gave each of them a bottle of wine. When you're done eating, be like your senior sister and run another 30 laps. Xianyuan and Euro, you should run less. After all, you started cultivating late. Even with the help of the Cloud Pagoda, you still can't keep up with their speed. Looking at his 3rd and 4th disciples, Lin Li said dotingly to them, "Don't worry. No, I want to be like my senior brothers and sisters. I want to become stronger. Even though I started cultivating late, I'm not bad at all. As for my sister, I believe that she will be able to persevere." Saying this, Xianyuan stuffed the water cloud pill into his sister's mouth. He also ate a fire cloud fruit and held the bottle of wine that Lin Rei gave him. Then, he carried the boulder and set off again. Ah, what a stubborn boy. His temper is really similar to mine. Seeing Lin Xuanyuan's behavior, Lin Rei didn't stop him. He wanted to see what his limit was. When Euro saw that her brother had given her the fire cloud pill and set off again, she didn't refuse. She ate some fire cloud fruit and carried the boulder to follow her brother. Lin Tian's 2nd and 5th disciples all ate the fire cloud pills and set off. However, this time, the 6 of them were full of energy. Of course, other than Lin Xianyuan, who didn't eat any fire cloud pills, the other 5 were all improving very quickly. Night fell and the sky darkened. The few people who were running laps all ran back. Lin Xianyuan, on the other hand, did not stop after 30 laps. 31st lap, 32nd lap, 34th lap, 44th lap, 45th lap. Finally, Lin Xianyuan stopped on the 45th lap. At this moment, Lin Xianyuan had already put the boulder aside. He just stood there quietly. The others didn't know what he was doing, but Lin Rei knew. This was because when Lin Rei broke through to the physical body realm, he was also like Xianyuan. Ha ha ha, good, good. You didn't let me down. Since you're so hardworking, I'll give you a hand. Lin Rei flashed to Xuanyuan's side and pointed his finger at Xuanyuan's back. Immediately, a large amount of spiritual qi was injected into Xuanyuan's body. Guard your soul and feel every part of your body. Then, slowly use the spiritual qi that I've injected into your body to refine your body. If you break through today, I believe that tomorrow, I'll be able to decide on a training plan for you. After telling Xianyuan the key to breaking through, the only thing he had to do now was to stand there and wait for Xianyuan to break through. Time passed quietly. Lin Rei didn't have the time to sit there calmly like before. At this moment, he was more nervous than anyone else, including Xianyuan himself. 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. Finally, when it was close to dawn, Lin Rei heard the sound from Xuanyuan's body. The sound of bones cracking made Lin Rei very happy. After seeing that Xianyuan had broken through, Lin Rei returned to his chair and took a sip of wine. However, the happy smile on his face came from the bottom of his heart. This made the other 3 disciples feel very uncomfortable. Phew, at this moment, Xianyuan, who had broken through, opened his eyes. His eyes flashed with excitement as he looked at his own body. I broke through, master, I broke through. Xianyuan seemed to have gone crazy as he shouted towards the sky. This attracted some strong cultivators who were in the middle of training to come and check on him. However, when they saw Lin Rui, they quietly retreated. Xianyuan, you were right. Not bad, Xianyuan, I was right about you. You gave the pills to your sister without reservation. This is love, love for your sister. You didn't stop after 30 laps, but continued to run. This is perseverance and determination. You are very good. Tomorrow, you don't have to practice with them. After tomorrow, I will be your opponent. I will train you to be a strong man, a man who can suppress the geniuses, a man who can break through the world, a man who can soar into the sky. You will be able to break through the clouds. Lin Rui looked at Xianyuan and couldn't help but say these words. However, the others didn't want to, especially Wan Yu. Master, why are you training with Xianyuan alone? What about us? When Lin Tian heard Xiao Yu's words, he wanted to step forward to stop her, but he was a step too late. Oh, that's good. As long as you break through, I can train with you alone. What's more, this is the training program I set. I thought you would all work hard to break through, and then I would only use the strength of my body to help you improve your strength. However, among you, only Xianyuan has achieved the goal in my heart. Having said this, Lin Rui didn't say anything else. He turned around and put away the chair and table, then walked back to his room without looking back. After listening to their master Lin Rui's words, everyone was dumbfounded. Except for Lin Tian, they all regretted what they had just said. Sigh. Xiao Yu. You are too much. Do you know why your master trained you like this? He was afraid that you wouldn't be able to protect yourselves in the outside world, and he wouldn't be able to save you in time. Therefore, he was thinking of ways to make you stronger as soon as possible. Where are you? After saying that, Bing turned around and chased after Lin Li, who had disappeared, leaving the crowd in a daze. When Lin Rui returned to his room, he was very depressed. Then, he used his spiritual power to seal the entire room. This seal could only be broken by Hei Long. No one in the entire Xuanzong sect could break it. After doing all this, Lin Rui directly took out the alchemy furnace. Piles of spiritual herbs and spiritual fruits were taken out, and he began the alchemy process. When Bing came to Lin Rui's room and wanted to knock on the door, he was repelled by a strong force. Seeing this, Bing gave up and could only return to his room in disappointment. Chapter 153. After Lin Li had sealed his room, many people had come to find him. On the night that Lin Li entered closed-door training, Wan Yu and the other junior apprentice brothers and sisters had come to Lin Li's door, kneeling on the ground as they spoke to the door. Master, we were wrong. I was wrong too. I shouldn't have said those words. Please forgive us. I promise that I will practice hard in the future. I won't dare to be lazy anymore. Master, please come out. There was no sound coming out of the room. Wan Yu's face was pale, without a trace of blood. She looked at the room, tears flowing out of her eyes uncontrollably. Juniors, what should we do? Master. Master, seeing this scene, everyone sighed deeply and shook their heads, indicating that there was nothing they could do. Just like that, Wan Yu and her juniors, along with Lin Tian, knelt in front of Lin Rui's door for the whole night. The next day, Xianyuan stood up first and went to the place where they could practice. After filling up the big hole from the day before, he made a stone that was thicker than the one from yesterday and carried it on his back. Wan Yu and the others saw what Xianyuan was doing, and they all picked up their stones and followed him. Time passed, day after day. Wan Yu and the others trained day after day. Every day, they trained according to the method Lin Li taught them. In the end, they began to spar. They used spars to increase the strength of their fleshly bodies. Time passed quietly. The white stream flowed through the clouds. Half a year had passed just like that. During this half-year, Wan Yu and the others saw that their master hadn't come out, so they went to the Black Dragon and asked it to investigate. In the end, the Black Dragon's conclusion was that Lin Rei had sealed himself. Without permission, it was impossible to forcibly break the seal. Otherwise, it would cause irreparable damage to the caster. Hearing Black Dragon's words, Wan Yu and the others gave up on this method. Without Lin Li's supervision, they had become stronger. In the half-year that Lin Li had been gone, Wan Yu and the others had all made great progress. Wan Yu's body had already broken through to the peak of magic artifact, and she was only a step away from becoming a prized artifact. Estranged and Xianyuan had made the most progress. They already had half-step precious tool bodies. Of course, it wasn't that Yuro and Cullen didn't work hard. After all, Cullen was an elf and naturally didn't specialize in the physical body. Because of this, he was only at the peak of the magical tool level. As for Yuro, because she hadn't been nourished since she was young, her foundation was damaged. She was at the same level as Cullen. The one who made the most progress was Lin Tian. When they were resting, Lin Tian was cultivating. When they were cultivating, Lin Tian was still cultivating. Every day, he slept less than an hour. Every time he reached his limit, he would use medicinal pills to replenish his strength. Not only that, but their cultivation was also constantly increasing. After a few years of cultivation, everyone had reached the nascent soul stage. Aside from Yuro, who was still in the nascent soul stage, the others had reached the spirit-severing stage. Lin Rei, who had been cultivating in seclusion, was looking at the golden medicinal pill in his hand with excitement. He revealed a silly smile. Ha, ha, I've finally succeeded. With this pill, Yuro's damaged foundation won't be restored. It turned out that before Lin Rei went into seclusion, he discovered Yuro's problem. However, when he was talking to Wan Yu, he suddenly thought of using a medicinal pill called the Seeking Fate pill to directly test Yuro's damaged foundation. That was why he went into seclusion without saying a word. Today, Lin Rei finally succeeded in refining the medicinal pill. This was a heaven-level mid-grade medicinal pill. Lin Rei's success proved that Lin Rei's alchemy skills had reached the level of a mid-grade alchemist. Looking at the room full of heaven-level medicinal pills, Lin Rei revealed a smile. It's time to go out. I wonder how that little brat's cultivation is going. After saying that, Lin Rei directly put away the miscellaneous medicinal pills in the room. Then, holding the Seeking Fate pill in his hand, he undid the seal and left the room after who knows how long. Phew, the air outside is still a bit better. Looking at the sun above his head, Lin Rei comfortably stretched his body. His long snow-white hair floated in the air, appearing especially dazzling. He released his divine sense and directly found Lin Yuro's location. Then, he teleported to Lin Yuro's side. At this moment, Lin Yuro was in the middle of physical training with the others in the training field. However, a person suddenly appeared behind her, causing Lin Yuro to directly throw a fireball at Lin Rei. When she turned around and saw that it was her master, it was already impossible for her to retract her magic. Hugh. Lin Rei looked at the fireball that was flying towards him. With a light blow, the nascent soul magic was easily dispersed by Lin Rei. Sigh, how sad. I didn't think that I would be attacked as soon as I came out of seclusion to see my disciple. After saying that, Lin Rei's hand continuously hammered his middle bunk. His face was filled with sadness, causing Lin Yuro to feel very wronged. Of course, what happened to Lin Yuro was also seen by the other clan members who were training. When they saw that it was their master, young master, they all put down what they were doing and gathered around. Master, it's my fault. It's all my fault. I shouldn't have said those words to hurt you. Master, please punish me. Wan Yu, who had arrived in front of him, quickly knelt on the ground and cried as she spoke to Lin Rei. That's right, Master. Senior sister really knows her mistake. Besides, it's already been half a year. No matter how big her anger is, it should have subsided by now. At this moment, Lin Tian and the others were also kneeling on the ground and begging for mercy for Wan Yu. However, Lin Rei was looking at this scene with a confused expression. He had no idea what was going on. Master. I think so too. Stop. What are you all doing? I just went into seclusion to make some pills. Is there a need to do this? Also, you said that you hurt my heart? You can't be thinking that I went into seclusion because I was angry at you that day, right? At this moment, Lin Rei really didn't know whether to laugh or cry. Looking at his disciples and brothers, Lin Rei couldn't help but laugh out loud. Ha ha ha, your brains really know how to think. Ha ha ha. Seeing this situation, the people kneeling on the ground also reacted. It seemed that their master didn't go into seclusion because of them. Ha ha ha, alright. Stop making wild guesses. I went into seclusion this time because I saw that with Yuro's constitution, there was no way to improve her physical body to the maximum. Not only that, even her cultivation would stop after reaching a certain level. While I was talking to you, I just happened to think of a pill that could fix Yuro's condition. So, I don't need to say more. Ha ha ha, at this moment, Wan Yu and the others who were standing in front of Lin Rei rolled their eyes at Lin Rei. As for Lin Rei, whenever he thought of the scene just now, he couldn't help but want to laugh. Master, you just said that you found a pill that can cure my sister's illness. Then, when Xianyuan heard that Lin Rei went into seclusion because of his sister, he was extremely excited. He couldn't wait to tell Lin Rei, his eyes filled with desire. I know. I've already concocted it. But I didn't think that it would take half a year. After lamenting for a while, he directly handed the Seeking Fate pill in his hand to Yuro, who was beside him. Eat it. Eat it and you'll be able to cure all the hidden illnesses in your body. I see that your physical body is already at the peak of the magic tool realm and your cultivation is at the peak of the nascent soul realm. Once you've repaired your damaged foundation, it might even bring you unexpected benefits. Hearing her master's words, Yuro accepted the pill without hesitation and swallowed it in one gulp. Once the pill entered her mouth, it turned into a huge and gentle energy that began to repair the hidden illnesses in Yuro's body, including her damaged foundation. Yuro felt very comfortable after being repaired by the huge and gentle energy. Then, she fainted. Luckily, Lin Rei's eyes were sharp and his hands were fast. He immediately caught the unconscious Yuro. Don't panic. She's fine. She just fainted because the energy was repairing her foundation. I'll bring her back first. You guys continue to cultivate. This is for you. Remember, don't eat too much. With your current cultivation, you can eat at most 1 pill a day. Before leaving, Lin Rei gave them a few bottles of body honing pills that he had concocted during his seclusion. After giving them some instructions, he teleported away. When Lin Rei reappeared, he was already in his own room. This little girl. When she wakes up again, she'll probably be in the out-of-body stage. Perhaps her physical body will break through to the level of a bejeweled weapon. If only I had such a good master back then. Looking at the current Yuro, Lin Rei couldn't help but sigh. Seeing that he had nothing to do, Lin Rei sat down next to Yuro and began to cultivate. Time passed by very quickly. 1 day had passed and Yuro still hadn't woken up. 2 days, 3 days, 4 days. On the 10th day, Euro finally showed signs of waking up. Finally, on the 16th day, Euro woke up from her coma. However, the current Euro was much more agile than before. Her cultivation was not far from Lin Rei's estimation, and her physical body had reached the level of a great bejeweled weapon. Huh, you're awake? Did you know that during the few days that you were unconscious, your brother came here every day to bother me? Now, this is great, you're awake. Euro seemed to be in a daze because she had been unconscious for a long time. After a short pause, Euro finally regained her senses. When she saw Lin Rei, Euro immediately got up from the bed and bowed respectfully to Lin Rei. Master, thank you, Master, for concocting pills for me. Thank you, Master, for allowing me to become a normal person. Thank you, Master, for allowing me to have a starting point comparable to them. You're tuning into the Xiaofan's Wuxia Tales YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.